Got my little dice tray ready. Got this sorted. I can make Luigi a little bit quieter for now. Alright, okay. So, a little bit of preface. This is a homebrew world. This is going to be inspired by Hollow Knight. It's inspired by things like Pikmin and Ariete. Basically, a bug world where everything's small, but you know it's got like it's got a fantasy feel to it. A lot of the art and things like that I'm using things like that is tokenized version of Hollow Knight because it fits well, and there are also maybe things that are kind of taken from it. But this is a little bit of a test to see how we do. This is going to be a 5 or 6 session campaign, so it's going to be quite condensed. So I hope you're able to enjoy it. I'll also make sure it's all uploaded to YouTube and stuff like that. So I think with that, I will be able to hop over. So I'm going to go unmeet the buddies, and we're going to just go say howdy. So yeah, let's say hi. Hey, all.
Hey.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, I hope we're doing good.
We're live.
Yeah, we are live. So you guys can see. All right. So this is our layout here. Basically, you'll be able to see us talk, and then our character thing will glow. There's also a little map background thing. Semi-ugly, I'll fix it in the future. We have a bit of the melon background though, so it's fine. Yeah, we can start with this one. Okay. So, hi all. I will get to your character introductories in just a moment, as you know we are about to start. But I will give a little rundown for the world for a second, just so we have it ready. Okay. So, for you guys as a party and for everybody else, welcome to the Viridescent Valley. The Viridescent Valley is home to bugs of all shapes and sizes. Wow. Thank you very, very much for the sub. Do appreciate it. Thanks for the prime. Alright, they live under an array of law and order, some areas more chaotic than others, but never taking from the land that has a lush green fauna. There's a very widespread understanding that the Viridescent Valley is somewhere that should be taken care of. And that is shared across most societies and communities. There are prosperous flower fields, there are harsh jungles, and there are dark web depths, and much, much more, as I'm sure you will be able to see. There is a problem map in the back, you guys will get a view of it later, but live with it for now. The kingdoms of the valley are currently in conflict with how the land should be ruled. We have Empress Alexandria, who is the sovereigness of the Tanzanite Tower, which you'll be able to, I think, see right there. Lepidopterus is the capital, where she reigns. And we also have Queen Mia of Mount March, and we have Queen Zenoba of the Bee Citadel. They are the Bee and Ant Queen. The borders of the kingdom are met with the Hedgelands, an untamed jungle that is home to the Mantis and Locust tribes, who often skirmish amongst themselves to protect their homes. To the far east of the Hedgelands, you will be able to see what is known as the Moor, which is right behind somebody's character's head at the moment, but it is where the depths of the arachnid creatures are kept at bay by the protectors of the Hedgelands. In addition to that, you will note that many of the dark areas of the map, such as the mushroom forest known as the Chanterelle Ravine and the moor itself, are protected by the crown, by the Empress. So all the lovely little bugs can be safe from all the horrible spider people, because everybody hates spiders. Yep. As of recent in the history of the world, everybody knows this, so it is public knowledge. Smash Pass is currently at 69%. Okay, I fucking hate that. In the most recent years, a miracle has spawned within the Viridescent Valley in which many of the plant life seem to have come to life, have become sentient, and it was shocking at first, and then even more shocking when they just started murdering people. They would come from the flower fields or the forests and the mushroom fields, and they would hunt down and take life. Yeah, everyone's going to want to keep it at a funny meme number now. But people aren't fully sure as to why many of the plant folk are seemingly invading. Many of them do not share a language with many of the bugs, and they seem to be initially aggressive. There are many individuals at the Apple Core Library, which is set in the capital, who are attempting to research and discover such a thing, but it's still very, very new. So it is. Well, many people are unsure. But yes, that is something that all your characters would know, that there are plant people about. Whether your character would have encountered them or not, we can talk about, but yes, that is something that you guys can keep in mind. Your group in particular has been recruited through your own separate means to meet within the Slowpoke stables, where a well-paying informant has reached out to different adventurers and those of a position where it might be beneficial to be able to travel to Mount March, which is the Ant Citadel, and take care of an issue found within the depths of their minds. And that is where we will be going to all of you lovely folks. So, let me drag you guys over to the valley map, which will take a little second to buffer and load. No, it's not real Slowpokes. It's not the Pokemon Slowpoke. But you guys, once the map decides to be nice to me, wonderful, we'll be starting off here. It is a collection of buildings that kind of sort of makes a bit of sort of box shape, and many of them seem to be topped with enormous, bigger than I think all of your characters, probably around the same size as one in particular, which we'll get to in a moment. Giant snail shells that are used to almost decorate, but also seem to be like on the ground as well. Like maybe there are snails within them. You are unsure. But many of you are traveling in a cart right now, except for one individual who is clambering alongside. Now, does everybody want to quickly roll me a d4? 4. Alright, cool. Alright. And I'll start with, wonderful. Okay, cool. So, you have been, many of you have been dragged along by a snail cart already that have been making their way towards the Slowpoke stables. 3 of you are currently within the back of it, with 1 of you on the side. However, as you are traveling, the driver kind of goes, "Oh, hold on a second," and as you kind of hear scuttling and crashing through the sort of almost like the sunroof area of the top of the cart, you see a tiny little pill bug just fall through the ground, fall through the ceiling to the ground, and just goes, "Oh, hi everybody, don't be alarmed. I'm here just to get some quick names, and I'm just going to be able to make sure that we've got everybody accounted for and things like that. Okay, so if it's all right, if we start with you, sir," and they're going to point towards you or your character, Crow. And if you like, would you be able to tell us what your character looks like?
Yeah. My character is just a small little pillbug-esque character with a horned helmet of sorts. His name's Cordy.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful. And he has like a collection. He has like a little case with him, doesn't he? And like a little collection of scrolls
and little
yeah.
scrolls and map-making materials.
Oh, wonderful. He'll look at you and be like, "Oh, hello, sir. Do you mind if I just get your name for the registration here?" That's right.
Of course. It's Cordy Militaris.
Cordy Militaris. Yeah, you are on the list right here. I think they might have butchered the spelling of your surname, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Pleasure to meet you, sir. All right. And we go next. Since they rolled first, and they're also inside the cart, so it makes sense. They will turn to Lion's character. And would you like to be able to describe your character for us?
Yeah. I'm Jericho. I'm a moth cleric of the moon, draped in many a fine robe, molding in with my wings. Yeah, hoping to keep the party alive and keep evil at bay.
Beautiful, beautiful. and I will be here to make sure that you don't succeed. Anyway, the pillbug will turn and kind of jotting it down and be like, all right, wonderful, sir. Could I get your name as well? That's all right.
Yes, it's Jericho.
Jericho. Is that how you spell Jericho? Why is there shouldn't it be Jericho? He looks down as he starts to scroll on the little etchings of paper that he has in front of him. And he's like, "Oh, wonderful to have you, sir. Wonderful to have you. All right." And he looks down at his paper and he's like, there should be. Oh, that's probably the one outside. And he will poke his head outside of the cart, and he will direct over towards Straw's character. Bear with Straw; he's a little bit sick, so be nice. But would you like to be able to give us a rundown for your character?
I will do. I will do a voice at some point, but this week I will not do a voice.
Yeah.
I have a voice. I'll do next week, or if I'm better next week. But my character is called Garm. He's a big old stag beetle. He's 50 years old, so he's getting on years because this beetle's like 70 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a big old stag beetle. He's just kind of trundling along at his own pace.
Yeah.
Clutching onto a kind of a book that he's holding in his hands.
Yeah.
Or
And
kind of probably wrapped into one of his arms, and he's like, what kind of legs does stag beetle have?
I believe you have 6 legs, to my knowledge.
Yeah, so in one of my legs, I'll just have
The book. Yeah.
in my hands.
All right, wonderful. And you're a very, very large creature, to my knowledge. You are a big boy, compared to everybody else in the group. And he'll poke his head out and see you and be like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense. You're a bit of a tallin to get in the car. Get your name here. It's Garm, correct?
That's right. My name's Garm. Just Garm.
Oh, wonderful. All right, Garm. Bet they're happy to have someone as big as you on the team, eh?" And they just kind of, continue to jot down on the piece of paper. And they, last of all, will poke their head back in, and they'll be like, "All right, okay." And I suppose being the only lady around here, they will turn and they will address towards Oogle's character, Mask's character. Would you like to go ahead and then describe your character for us, please?
A blue shaded mantis will stick out her scythe hand. My name is Mitosis Everbloom, though you can call me Lady Forget-Me-Not. She's a tall, slender build with petals of a skirt that bloom outwards that represent the flower of her namesake.
Mm-hmm.
And a small circlet sits atop her head.
He goes, "Oh, right. Pleasure to meet you, my lady. Forget me. I've got your initial name written down here, but I'll call you Lady Forget Me Not. There we go." And he kind of points his finger up like he just solved a puzzle just by saying something, and he will tick that off and be like, "All right, okay, wonderful. Everybody's here in account before."
I'm just gonna peer inside the cart with this pill bug. Pill bug. What is that list you have?
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. This is just a list of the registration of applicants who are interested in getting into Mount March. The alive ones, anyway. We've got to keep a little bit of a precise list because not just anybody is allowed into the mountain. You see, it's usually only really for ant folk.
Why not?
The ants tend to be a little bit private, if we're being honest. They like to keep to themselves. And I think there's only really been a handful of times that you could only really count on one hand that other folks who aren't ants have actually gotten to the capital city. Usually they head out to do their trading with all their fancy gems. But it's like a fortress. It's never struggled. Apparently it's been here for as long as the valleys existed. But on this special occasion, we have been allowed to be able to get a small group of people in to be able to look at a little problem that they're having, which apparently you'll get a run in once you actually arrive at the stables, which is good news. Yeah, they seem to be having a little bit of trouble that apparently they said ants can't handle, whatever that means. But yeah, it's a bit of a fun circumstance for all you. You lot will be the first non-ant people, I think, in current memory to actually go inside the city. So, yay! He says, like, very, like, as he holds out his arms, like he's being celebratory. But it should only really be in a couple of moments. We'll arrive at the stables, and then you can make sure you got all your things, and I'll be escorting you personally. My name's Oddie, and I will be making sure that you are able to actually get into the mountain, because they need my, well, I suppose they need to know that I'm there to be able to let you lot in, because I've been entrusted with it. Kind of like crosses his arms like he is like very, very, very important. And then I'll be like, if there is any other questions, I'm absolutely free to be able to answer any of them. It's then when you do hear a very sudden like thunk, and he just goes and he like flings like across to the other side of the cart, and he's like, oh, sorry, I wasn't really driving, and he will begin to try to scuttle up and get ready, because he realized he left the snails to basically guide themselves. But yeah, you will all kind of, the three of you are in the cart yourself. I assume, Garm, right now you're in a kind of position where you can walk alongside the wagon, where your head's just kind of sort of like poked through.
Chilling next to it.
Yeah, you'll just be chilling next to it. But all you guys, you've probably been traveling for about an hour alongside each other. Some of you may be in longer, depending on where you got picked up. Which makes me actually wonder, I should hop over to the Roll20 map, and zoom out a little bit. Alright, I can actually make that a little bit more visible for folks. Alright, cool. So yeah, this is the Viridescent Valley. And people might have arrived from different locations, stuff like that. Any location information I will actually post one in the D&D chat in our Discord, by the way. Guess what? We have a Discord. I'll pop it in. Yeah. But I will make sure all the information's there. For you guys as a party, you've got location information in the locations handout. But you guys probably did arrive from somewhere around the valley. If you don't know where you're from, it's probably either a capital city or somewhere of prominence. But regardless, you have arrived here at Slowpoke Stables, so this is right about where you are. Would anybody, just to quickly check, does anybody want to try and do anything or ask anything of Oddie before you do arrive at your location at the stables? It's perfectly okay if not. But...
No, that's fine.
Alright, okay. Cool
I
beans.
think I'm good.
Alright. So, you guys will hear at a certain point where it's like, oh, this is our stop. It's our stop. And the cart will grind to a halt. Garm, since you're the first person to be able to see, since you are on the outside, you'll be able to see. I will drag them up so you guys are able to see like the sort of area that you guys are in at the moment. It is a sort of like a giant snail shell and a collection of sort of structurally sort of like dirt houses that kind of sort of be in the sort of box shape, and they sort of like collect to a sort of small set of homes. There is a sort of vast sort of green field of and a sort of road path that passes by it, and it seems rather quiet compared to any other like settlement, because usually a lot of the areas in the valley tend to be either walled to be able to protect them from the outside, or very large just to be able to make sure that, like, you know, there's safety in numbers. But no, there's just this very small collection of houses with a couple of snail shells that kind of seem sort of almost neatly decorated around the area. You would be able to see as they sort of stop outside sort of one of the larger ones, which just actually says, like, on a sort of carved sign, Slowpoke Stables.
So are they all just houses, nothing else here? Just a bunch of houses?
Yeah, just a bunch of houses, and one of them kind of seems to be like sort of connected to the side of the house. There is a half of a snail shell that is kind of sort of like housing what kind of looks like a stable, where you can kind of see in sort of rows there is a collection of small snails that are seemingly just munching on grass at the moment. Oddie, who was driving you guys here, will turn and be like, all right, this is the last stop for the evening. So you're all free to hop off yourselves, and we can get you in and make sure we get you a lot of room. Yeah, does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, and he kind of walks like he is much heavier on like one side of his body. Like he'll kind of sort of take a couple of steps to the left and then to the right, almost kind of like clumsily. Um, he'll begin to guide you guys just on foot towards the front of the stables, and as he goes towards it, you hear like that sort of like generic bell sound of when you sort of open like a door at a shop, and it goes like the pring, and you'll just go like Dollary, it's just me, I'm back. And he pokes his head through, and you'll be able to see, kind of like behind the counter, you'll be able to see a large ladybug. And she is seemingly sort of embroidering something on the sort of like top part of a large counter, kind of like a shop counter. And she just goes, "Oh, that's you, Oddie. I was beginning to worry for a little while. You do tend to make me worry." And she goes, "No, it's fine. We picked everybody up. This is the lovely group who are heading into Mount March. This is my lovely wife, Dollary. You can all say hi." And, she will bring her hand up, like two of her hands up, and she just kind of waves and is like, "Hello. Welcome. We'll make sure that we have dinner in the evening for all of you. And you will have warm beds for the evening themselves. If there is anything you need in terms of information about where you are heading, Oddie's probably the best. If it's for information about the area, or if you do need me to, help you out with some equipment or anything that requires a little bit of labor, you're probably best asking me." Oddie will be like, "Yeah, she's the best when it comes to making sure things just sort of work. I'm better when it comes to socializing with people." Just kind of beams. And he'll probably realize as he sort of turns back, and he's like, "Oh, I kind of realize, Mr. Garm, sir, you might be a little bit big for the doorway. If we want to come around the side, we might be able to get you in through the stable entrance, if that's all right. We might need to keep you on the first floor because you're very impressive." And he will step outside with you, and he will walk around the outside of the house, and he will walk in with you through the stableway, because you are a large creature and they do not have a large doorway. But yeah, the ladybug will kind of turn towards all you and is like, "Just to make sure you're all aware of what you need to be doing, you will be heading into Mount March and helping them with a problem they have. I do actually have the formal request of what they were asking. If you would like me to go through with it, I can do that after dinner, if folks would be okay with that. They haven't exactly been very forthcoming with what they seem to be handling." She looks a little bit cross as she sort of looks down at the paperwork. But I suppose making sure you will have a room to stay in is the priority. Would anybody like a cup of tea or anything?
That would be lovely.
Alright, a cup of tea. We do have some ale as well, but we know it is morning, so if you would like...
It will be fine for me, thank you.
Alright, tea. What about yourself? Kind of look towards... They're gonna make a... They're gonna stare at Cordy and they're gonna make a little bit of an insight check. Alright.
Water would be fine for me.
Alright. Water it is. They kind of just look at you because you looked a little bit like vacant as you were sort of staring away, I assume. And she will head towards the back and she will make a cup of tea for Jericho and Lady Forget-Me-Not, and get a cup of water for Cordy, which they will place on the counter. And they will poke their head over as well and be like, "Are you want anything, sir?" Kind of sort of gestures over towards Garm, who is probably about making their way into the stableway. Like tea, a coffee, water, ale. Just check, Nick, you here?
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh. He might be muted or away or something. It's all good. Then I will assume it is taking him a little bit longer just to be able to get through the doorway. But yeah, you're able to all have your tea put down, and it's nice. It tastes maybe slightly cheap for those who might be tea enthusiasts, but you know, it's a drink. But the ladybug will kind of once settled be like, dinner will be in an hour. I can happily get you all to your rooms. Will you be able to prepare all your supplies and things like that? A bit of a favour. When you are heading towards the valley, my lovely Oddie will be going with you. Please keep him safe. He tends to... He's very excited that he's been the one to be the contact for this little adventure, to be able to collect everybody up, but he doesn't have a lot of fighting experience, so I would just ask that you, please keep him safe. To the best of your ability.
To the best of my ability.
Wonderful. Thank you. Alright, then I will see you all to your rooms. You will get led up, except currently for Garm, who is still kind of making his way up into the space. But you will all have a very sort of simple room where there is a single bed, there is a chest of drawers on the side, and a chest. And particularly probably for Lady Forget-Me-Not, right now, currently, your camping situation is probably more luxurious than this. The rooms aren't that big or spacious or anything like that. So, like, the rooms aren't to the best quality. But you would just be aware of that.
She's not gonna say anything and try her best not to look displeased.
That's fair. Alright, okay. So, yeah, you get let in, and you all have your own space, because the subject tables also sort of works as a roadside inn. But she will say, like, it's all free of charge. You're free to be able to stay. We do have a little bit of a sort of smaller library downstairs in the living area. There's a few books. But besides that and food, there is an archery range outside if you do get a little bit bored. But besides that, that's afraid what we have to offer here at the stables. Is there anything I could get anybody or see to for anyone?
Do you happen to have any books on the maps of the region?
Map books. Let me roll a d20. Not any precise books. There might be a couple of history books that have snippets of maps for the area. I could probably see whether I could grab a few of those for you, if that's for your fancy.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Of course. Alright, okay. A couple of books. Anything else that anyone needs?
No,
Wonderful.
the provisions you provided are fine for me.
Wonderful. Alright, wonderful indeed. Okay, I will call you down for dinner. And they will smile, and they will head down. And you will basically have a little bit of time just to be able to kind of unpack your things, to be able to check on you, check on your own stuff. And just to check, is Nick here? Okay, cool. Yeah, after a little bit, the lovely ladybug will come back up with a collection of books for you, Cody. There are 3 books that she's able to bring up, and is like, just sort of skimming through them. These have a little bit of the area around Forestrel and the Chanterelle Ravine, which are the 2 nearest sort of forest areas. They're mainly stylistic. I think they're kind of meant to be more story maps. I'm not sure if they're accurate, but I hope they're to your fancy. They will pop down this small stack of books on your desk, and kind of bow their head very politely.
Thank you very much for your kindness. That'll be all.
Wonderful. And, they will kind of tilt their head and be like, I assume that's not just for study. Are you a map maker? Do you?
Of sorts, I am from the Map Makers Guild, yes, but I wouldn't
Oh.
necessarily call myself a map maker. I haven't really been anywhere that hasn't had a defined map yet.
Oh, that must be interesting for you to be able to go to the Mount March because, well, quite frankly, there is no known layout of the mountain itself, at least outside of the mountain. So,
That I think that was their idea behind it.
oh,
Might as well send someone that's not that well known and doesn't hold much sway. They won't think anything of me writing things down, scribbling.
that's very interesting, actually. Wonderful. Okay, well, I can't wait to see your next published map. Kind of gives a bit of a
Thank you
beam.
very much.
You know, they will head down the hall, and after a little bit of time, you will be able to hear her kind of call down and be like, dinner's ready, everyone. If you'd like to come down. And I assume y'all come down for dinner unless you would like to skip it or, you know.
Am I still outside?
Oh yeah, just to check for you. Yeah, Audie would have helped you come around the stable entrance. Because you're kind of like Gandalf in the Hobbit hole because you're very, very big and probably whenever you turn around. Yeah. But he's like, we might try to, if it's okay, sir, we might try to keep you within the confines of the living room. Because you're very large. And, I really don't know where to put you.
I'm just concerned, man. You calling me fat?
No, not, I mean, not at all. I mean, even I have a little bit of a beer belly. But, no, I mean more, you're very impressive.
Impressive. Yes, I am rather impressive, aren't I?
Yes, super impressive. So I think the impressiveness...
I'm gonna turn to this. Is a ladybug, he said.
This guy's a pillbug, his wife is a ladybug.
It's the Oddie speaking.
Yeah, Audie is currently speaking right now.
I'm gonna go to Oddie. You know, Oddie, I thought at first I wouldn't like you. I'm gonna pull out my book, flip to page 21. No, sorry, page 20. Which I'm gonna point to the book and says, "This is you." And he says, "Speak only the truth. You speak only the truth. You're a good man."
Oh, I always try to tell the truth.
And you do. I am very impressive. You're correct. I'm gonna slam the book shut.
Oh, kind of a slight collection of dust, kind of sort of wafts.
I'm gonna browse around the room. Is there any food at all anywhere in this living room at all?
Just on scavenging food. Yeah, make me an investigation check. And whenever you do like a direct turn, you kind of have to be in the middle of the room and like turn like a like 90 degrees sort of thing. You are able to find that there is a fruit bowl in the living room that is kind of on the bedside, not on the bedside. Kind of
Oh,
like
sorry,
kind
that's 15.
15. Oh yeah, okay. Cool.
Two intelligence.
I love that. All right, then. Yeah, a 15. You'd still be able to find the fruit bowl despite your. Yeah,
Cool.
goodbye fruit bowl.
I'm gonna grab the fruit bowl and eat all the fruit in the fruit bowl.
Oh, yeah. Please help yourself. Dinner's in 15 minutes, so maybe not. Enjoy.
I shall do. I'm gonna pull a book out, flip to page 27. Precept 27. Eat as much as you can. I'm gonna just eat all the fruit.
Oh.
See.
Are they your rules?
Rules. What a fool you are. I thought you were a smart man.
Oh.
These are the precepts, the laws that I follow. Lords.
Oh. Well, good luck with that. It seems like you're very dedicated. My wife will be making a lovely dinner in about 15 minutes' time, so I hope that goes well with all the fruit.
Fantastic. I shall indulge in that meal with all my heart. I will eat every single piece of food on the table.
Okay! And he will turn 180 degrees on one foot and just start stepping away. He kind of leaves you to the confines of the living room because you can't get upstairs and, well, you know.
That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
But also, when I'm eating this food, I'm just shoving it down my mouth. Like I'm just kind of like inhaling this food.
Yeah, you are doing a Kirby right now. Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm just checking out of curiosity. Do you continue to get onto the bowl? Do you eat the bowl?
No. I'll eat the bowl. I'll leave the bowl.
Okay. All right. Cool.
The
All
food
right.
just goes straight in.
All right. Just making sure. All right. Then yeah. By the time you finished quaffing the fruit, that's probably when the dinner alarm goes for everybody. And yeah, his wife, Dolora, will kind of voice to everybody that they can make their way towards the dining table. And kind of once there, you will be able to see a sort of large set of kind of like roasted veg and bits of meats and things like that.
Can his head just fit through the door?
As long as Garm enters from the direction that the table's pointing, if that makes sense, they will be able to sit at the end of the table, probably on their butt and not a
My
chair.
head kind of like pokes through a door at the head of the table. Kind of.
Yes, yeah. That's probably the best way to picture it.
I like it.
Yeah. And it is like a. She said that she just was kind of throwing dinner together, but this is like a roast. Like you kind of see sort of like everything sort of splayed out. And there's like pitchers with like a drink sort of within the center, and some things that actually seem to have honey kind of like sort of coating in it, which is quite rare because the bees tend not to share their honey with a lot of people. So some of you guys might not have even ever had honey unless you are particularly close to the hive where you come from, or we're rich at some point or something. So it's quite a delicacy. But yeah, everybody, if they like, can make their way around the table, navigating around Garm in his large form. Adi will go to one side and Dolora will go to the other, and they will begin to, Adi kind of stands on the tables, not on the table, on his chair, so he can kind of be a little bit more seen by everybody, because he's quite a small guy. But, well, I hope everybody's going to enjoy the food. I'd recommend you try to get some down you right now before our friend here starts following his laws. But
I always follow my laws. That's what I live by.
he nods his head slowly and is like, so take that as a bit of a warning of please enjoy, eat what you can, and we can talk shop after dinner. And he will set himself down. You see that Dolora will kind of clasp her hands together and she will begin to do a sort of before dinner prayer. Does anybody eat the food before she finishes, or
Yes.
Okay.
I'll just start eating as much food as much as to fill me up. If she tries stopping me, I'll probably stop. But I'll kind of like grab something.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Okay.
Depends. Who's she doing a prayer to?
She clasps her hands together and she starts speaking in High Being, which is essentially Celestial. And it's a very light prayer that she is giving towards Solaris, which is the sun deity. So not the antagonist to yours, but not your deity. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start eating as well.
Okay.
Maya's going to make herself a plate in order not to have stuff be gone by the time it's done.
All right. Cool.
Favoring the honey stuff and stuff of more of her taste, but she is gonna wait for her to finish.
Corey's probably gonna get a mound of food on a plate and just wait for her to finish before eating, but it's definitely taller than him.
Okay, all right, checks out. So you're just like scooping up a bit. There's kind of like this sort of momentary I assume Lady Forget-Me-Not does it very quickly. Like she's very swift at like just grabbing things, placing it. There's a nice sizable amount at the table.
Sorry to interrupt. What race is Cordy? Sorry.
He's a pillbug.
Pillbug. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah, he's a little fella.
He's a little guy.
Yeah.
Fella.
But yeah. Just go over. We got Cordy is a pillbug. Lady Forget-Me-Not is a mantis, but if you had ever seen a mantis before, she looks distinctly different. She is a flower mantis, essentially. If you played Animal Crossing, you probably know them. We have Gorm, who is a stag beetle, and they are big, and they are really good at moving around. And Jericho is a moth, a lovely moth friend. So everybody kind of at some point will have food, which is good. Or will kind of like the rest of the family in Shrek 2 when Shrek is like drinking from like the hand dipping thing. Everyone's just kind of staring at him. It's kind of like that with you guys, with Garm eating right now. She will finish up her prayer. She'll kind of sort of hasten it up a little bit, and then she will be able to. Let me actually see. Actually, just to check, God, make me a con check. Just a straight con check. I want to see if you're able to eat everything before she eats to eat. Yeah.
Is the idea. One second, let me just get my where is my con? Just a flat con.
Yep. I think the sheet should let you just be able to press it. Okay. Alright, cool. Then yeah, you are able. Everybody's able to get a plate full of food, or be able to eat some food before, Garm decides to eat it all, except for the lovely ladybird and Oddie, who by the time they're about to like kind of look down the plate and be like, "Let's do Garm, you've already eaten everything else at the table."
I'm gonna offer my plate to them.
Yeah, they will both shake their head, and Oddie will be like, "No, Molly, don't worry about that. It's fine. We can prepare more food for ourselves. And you've got to all keep your strength up for tomorrow's journey, right?"
I also have my rations.
Well, if you insist, we can have Dolly eat it. And she says, like, "You're so sweet. Thank you." And she will take it with a bow of her head, and she will gladly take the surviving food that you offer. And
There's more than enough to share from me. She's gonna side eye Grom.
yeah, who is, I assume, just
Jumping away.
yeah. He's just
I'll look over and just kind of nod my head to you and just keep eating.
like he's also like, yeah, I agree about the critique of him. Yeah.
Definitely enough to go around.
Cordy's just shoveling this mound of food into his face now. Like, there's not even chewing, it's just going in.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You just see as there's the big stack of food, and Cordy kind of like points his head down, and will just drop, and it will be gone. Like it will just like completely, like he eats faster than Garm, interestingly enough, but probably just not as much as Garm. Like he just goes poof, and places himself like down. And I assume with Jericho, you probably just eat what you can before the Titan himself decides to steal it.
Yeah, just making sure I get like a hearty enough meal, but not like going overboard. Like it's not a mountain of food, but it's enough.
All right, wonderful. While people are at the table and they have the drinks to be able to help them down, it's basically like sort of dew water, so it's like kind of like water that has kind of been let sort of like slide off the leaf, so it's got a bit of flavor to it. And you guys basically just are able to kind of wash it down. And Oddie will kind of turn and be like, so just checking with everyone, how experienced are we with fighting, I suppose? I mean, I know how to swing a nail around, but like for actual fighting experience, how versed are we and all that for everyone? He'll probably kind of
carry a mace for show.
Oh. He kind of like tilts his head and he sort of looks down at it and he's like, "Oh, that's mighty fine looking. So you like, is that mainly how you fight? You just kind of swing around a mace a bit?"
Well, either that or I use my power.
You've got powers? Are you magic?
Well, in a sense. I
Wow.
can harness the power of the moon.
Like the sky moon, like the moon in the sky. He says like that's a very obvious question, like but he's just like, wow, Dolly, he can control the moon. He's completely reshaped the narrative to the fact that you can control the moon.
I don't correct him.
Wonderful. All right, yeah, he looks fascinated. If somebody else does want to, pick it up. I assume you don't just pull out your bow and trick shot him, Garm.
I was trying to figure out. I pressed Max. I was trying to look at what the thing was.
Yeah, you should be able to click on any skill or any check and stuff like that, and it should roll it for you automatically. Just so you know.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
just gonna say to this guy, it doesn't matter how much experience that I've had in combat. I always win my battles because strength beats strength. I'm gonna pull out my book as a point to precept number 1, which says always win your battles, and then precept number 5, which is strength beats strength.
Oh, he kind of looks and he nods his head and is like, right, so you're really strong, and it doesn't
Experience
matter.
are necessary when I have the precepts.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna roll to see whether that's a life lesson that he takes on.
Okay.
He has the wisdom to not. And he just goes, all right, okay, so it doesn't matter whether you have... It doesn't matter if you have no experience. You're really strong, so you'll win fights. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly.
All right, okay. He kind of gives a bit of a sort of worried... He gives a worried gaze. And he's like, oh, well. I mean, I'm very good at fighting off the aspids that kind of make themselves like into the basement, things like that. I smack them sometimes with a nail, but that's the most that I've got for experience.
So long as you follow the 16th precept, Hobug, you shall not fall. I'm gonna flick to my book and say number 16, which is don't. It says don't hesitate in big letters.
Oh,
You shall never fall in combat if you follow this precept.
well, great. Okay, so I'll just never hesitate. Sounds like a plan. He kind of, thinks to his head like, okay, that one at least doesn't seem too crazy.
Unless there's traps or something, then I would say hesitate's probably gonna help you a bit.
Oh,
Well, that's why you follow number 21. I'm gonna flick to the book. Be aware of your surroundings.
Oh.
Always look where you're
Okay,
going. Don't just walk along the road without staring and look at the floor all the time. You gotta keep your head up.
oh. He's like,
And,
Okay.
well, for me, she's gonna hold up her hands.
yeah. And you just like have these sort of sharp sides that point towards, and she's like, "Ooh, I've heard that Mantodia are very, very good at like slashing at things and people. I've heard they're like warriors."
I'm a lady first, though.
Oh, well, I trust that you're very, very strong with them. Do you mainly just fight with your claws?
I also have this. She's gonna pull out a porcelain shard, but
Oh.
mostly I use these.
Kind of looks
I've
at it. and-
become quite good with them since I can have to use them for day-to-day tasks.
That makes sense. I suppose you'd be very good if your hands were also weapons. I suppose you'd have to get very good at fighting, I suppose. Kind of like nods very, matter of factly. Dolly, she actually does look at the ceramic shard that you have at your side, and she just goes, "That's very impressive. It's very well made."
Thank you.
Right? And last off, he looks towards Cordy and is like, Oddie just says, "So, what do you do? Can you like shoot things? Can you like blast with the moon?"
I don't really blast at the moon or shoot things, but
Oh.
I did learn some tricks from some people while I was making maps for them.
Oh, really? Like fighting skills?
Kind of.
Oh, wow.
They could be considered that. And he's going to, he's gonna grab like a piece of food off his plate,
Yeah.
and he's going to use chill touch on it.
Oh, right. Okay, awesome. So yeah, interestingly enough, Chill Touch isn't the one that freezes things. So
I know.
yeah, it's you pick up. Let's just say it's a piece of like vegetable, like a sort of long, sort of like like a piece of veg, and as you kind of like hold it in your hand, you'll just see as it begins to gray, and then sort of twist, and then wither in your hand like dust. As you like sort of hold it out, and he's like, you'll see his Oddie actually jumps up in his chair like, ah! And he kind of falls off the side of it.
Now
Can
I'll be
I-
furious
Can
about
I
that
make
wasted
an
of food.
attempt? Can I make an attempt to steady him?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Make a sleight of hand. I think it's probably the best way to do it. Jericho looks furious at the waste of food. Um, all right. Yeah, you are able to just kind of reach your hand out very quickly and just adjust.
The waste of food as well.
Oh, that's against your code there, Gams, isn't it?
Sure, I'm gonna just kind of scowl and go, always eat as much as you can. That's what the mighty Zod says.
I did.
Good food.
I actually didn't waste it. It was for my little friend.
But food gives you energy. It means you can eat less frequently.
Yeah.
Can we have a quick second pause? There is a bug with a stinger in the room.
Oh
with
shit.
us,
Oh,
and it was coming at me.
Give me a quick
Not
second.
ready.
Yeah, of course. Take care of the wasp situation. It's fine. It'll actually give me a moment to fill up my tankard. Alright, so yeah, I will call a quick 5-minute break. Feel free to do your pee-pees or poo-poos if you need to do them. And I will be back in just a sec.
Hey, Cairo.
Howdy.
But no, Cordy, when they said it was a waste of food, it wasn't a waste of food. I gave it to my friend.
Yeah, fair enough. And do you make...
I'm bringing out my little friend.
Yeah, sure. So just so I can make sure, is everybody back and everybody Gucci?
Yeah, all good.
Alright,
Yep.
cool. Alright, awesome.
For now.
Alright, if you have to take care of that encounter or whatever, it's all good. I'll continue with it, but you know.
1v1 him, that's fine.
But yes, so just to make sure I've got things on track, Lady Forget-Me-Not, you are able to very deftly catch Oddie as he is about to fall out of his chair when Cordy does a chill touch. It kind of withers the piece of vegetable to just basically bits of ash. And Cordy, when you explain it's for your little buddy, you will see as a kind of flopping from the side of his shoulder, this sort of like orange glob just kind of sort of spill off the side of his arm and flop onto the table and just begins to roll in the bits of ash that the vegetable had left behind. And it slowly begins to soak into the person.
Is that dessert?
I'm gonna look at Cordy and just say, I see you not to follow the precepts then. I'm gonna flip to precept number 8, which is travel alone.
But you're traveling in a group right now.
In a group? No, I'm by myself. You're following me.
No, we're not. We went side by side.
You'll hear the little thing just go.
I wasn't in a car. I was walking alongside of it, so I was heading to that village as well.
I know, little buddy. It's fine. We'll go get you some water in a minute. Yeah.
And it will.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It will roll up your body, and it's still got the floaty bits of ash in it that are slowly withering. And Oddie goes, "That's a weird-looking pet."
It's kind of one of the things that helped me learn how to do neat tricks like that.
Oh. He kind of is about to reach his finger out to like poke it.
Don't do it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, you also see as Dolly also kind of puts her arm in front of Oddie as well. And it's like, it's probably best not to interfere with that, dear. She's actually gonna... She actually just kind of turns to everybody and is like, I would actually probably recommend that none of you touch it.
Why, what is it?
I don't fully know. It's just it's a strange feeling. Just call it an intuition.
It's also better to be safe than sorry.
You saying you should be afraid of it?
I wouldn't necessarily say afraid, just cautious is the word. It seems to be friendly.
I'm gonna
You have a rule of never be afraid.
I'm gonna nod to you and flick through my book. And just pull up the preset number 13. And I'm gonna go, fear only holds you back. Then I'm gonna look at this creature. I'm just gonna examine it. Like, what is it?
It is a orange blob with tiny little legs and a little, almost like kind of like a Pikmin stalk, if that makes sense. Like it's got with orange at the end of it. Yeah, it is just it's a blob. It has no discernible face or features or any texture to it. It is just a blob. And it kind of looks at you like from the shoulder recording and just goes, and a little bit of orange will just kind of sort of spatter around.
Is it an enemy?
Is that a threat?
No, I'm sorry. You just said something really funny.
And it will just kind of roll on top of. It will roll on top of Cordy's head and kind of flatten so much, kind of like a slime, to the point where it's almost kind of sort of slightly transparent, but you'll see that sort of thin layer on Cordy's head.
Give me a quick second. The thing just tried to 1v1 me.
Punch it. Yeah. We're gonna have a live action 1v1. But dinner does get finished up, but Oddie will look to you all and be like, so at least you all have like a fair little set of abilities to kind of be ready for such a thing. I promise I'll be able to help you fight or kind of keep a lookout for things. Just I'm still very
What
new
your
to
wife
it.
said.
He kind of goes a little bit quiet. And he's like, you told them. Over to Dolly, and Dolly's like, I would rather us be safe. Kind of turns and kind of
She
puts a
just
hand.
wanted to make sure for your well-being and know that we all are looking out for each other.
He looks a little bit shy or embarrassed, I suppose is the right word. That he was trying to at least play up that he's not going to be a nuisance, but he's like, thank you. I will do my best, but I will also not be a bother. If you tell me to keep a step back, I will keep a step back. And we'll just kind of bow his head very lowly.
I'll
But
turn to Oddie. I'm going to give him a stern look. I'm just gonna. Yeah, give him a stern look. I'm just gonna say to him, "Listen here, Bug.
Oh,
You're not my traveling companion. I only need myself. I want to be with the rest of these people, and so be it. We're not companions in this journey."
oh. Well, alright. Kind of sort of turns very slowly and is like, I'm glad to be traveling with you three. Kind of sort of gestures in the direction of one side of the table. And
Also, I think it's honorable to hear your wife worrying about you. It shows how she cares.
Ha! Weakness.
you'll look like with a little bit of a frown, and you can already tell that Dolly is a little bit fed up with Gom. And
It's okay. This is coming from the man that listens to a book for a living.
Book. Oh, you know nothing. You are a fool. You are a foolish creature.
and go ahead.
Well, I was gonna have Lady Forget Me Not pull out.
I think you slightly cut out the.
I think you cut out, hon.
She's gonna pull out her instrument
Oh, okay.
and her little silk lyre, and she's gonna pull one of the strings to kind of sound louder than the two of them that are starting to bicker.
Yeah, you do like a clink, like quite loudly, and it kind of
I'm
echoes.
gonna turn angrily at the mantis.
And then I'm gonna run my scythed hand across it and make a little lovely sound in return to him asking if it's a threat.
Like a vrip, like a very melodic, like incline of a note. And Dolly will look towards you all and say, if you're going to fight, please do it outside and not on the dining table.
I'm gonna turn around as she says that I'm gonna walk out and be ready to fight.
I'm not going outside.
Yeah. You head outside, ready to fight. You're kind of doing that sort of boxing thing where you're kind of like throwing attacks outside, and you're waiting for a little while. As you all stepped outside, Dolly is like, and she will turn and pick up Oddie and just like, keep away from that man. Okay, you understand? And he's like, okay, I will. I'll keep away. He seemed so cool when I first met him, and then he started, I don't know, being stupid. And Dolly will just be like, these lovely people here will keep you safe. And just keep your weapon close, and you'll be there and back before you know it. And he nods his head. He's like, well, I will go grab a little bit of spare food to take outside to him. Maybe that'll make him forget about any fighting that happened. Does anybody want to go take it out to him?
I'll do it.
Okay, here you go. and he'll kind of go over and like just like on the sort of like platter the Gom was using before. He places like a little bits of breadcrumbs down, which breadcrumbs are about the size of like a cookie, really. So he'll place them on a sort of plate to you and hand them over to you, Cody. And Oddie will turn to the rest of you and be like, whenever you would like to, you can retire for the evening. We're probably gonna leave at like an hour after dawn. So, best of luck, and I can't wait to adventure with you all. And he kind of sort of hobbles his way upstairs, and Dolly will bow her head and follow and be like, "Don't worry about cleaning up the table. I'll do it tomorrow." And we'll bow her head.
Before you
Oh.
go, can I have a hot cup of water?
Of course. And she will go over and she will basically kind of go over and sort of scoop up the hot side, and we'll hand it over towards you.
She's making her own tea from her ration stuff.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you most definitely can do that at the table. Cool. And just to check for Cordy, do you head outside with the plate?
Yep.
All right, cool. You head out with the plate kind of held to your side. You can see Garm is outside. Garm, are you like kind of hyping yourself up for this fight? Are you like?
I'm just kind of chilling. I guess first of all, like I have my like kind of my sword in my mouth, just swinging it around, ready to fight. And then I actually would have been while I was outside. I would have been looking to see if there were any shops at all.
No shops. No. It is a small little hamlet town. There,
in which case, yeah.
maybe would be like earlier in the day. They probably have stalls set up, but none are open right now.
That's fine.
Yeah, so you can probably go first thing in the morning. But yeah, little Cordy, you can head over towards Garm with the platter held high.
I'm gonna look at Cordy and go, "You want the mantis?"
No, but I did bring food, unless you want me to take it back inside and give it to someone else.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna kind of give you a strange look. What's this one?
He's looking through his fucking tenants.
Yeah, I would. Garm's gonna pull out the book. I'm gonna pull out the book. I'm gonna flick to page 41 and go, "Are you lying to me?" As this thing says, "Learn to detect lies." Precept 41. You're not lying to me, are you, Cody?
So, this is not food on the plate? Should I eat it in front of you then?
Yes. No, I'm gonna flip to page 51. Nothing is harmless. Prove it isn't poison.
Okay, Cordy's gonna take a bite of the food.
Yeah, you munch some of the breadcrumbs, and they taste nice.
Are you dying yet?
No.
Good.
Maybe
I shall feast upon
slowly.
it. I shall feast upon that food. Give it here.
I don't know, I want it now. You didn't want it.
Well, I did. I wanted it to prove it wasn't poison.
Well, then
Nothing
why
harmless
didn't
in
you
this world,
test
Cody.
it something else?
Nothing
Nothing's harmless?
Nothing is harmless in this world, Cody. Everything can damage you. Chance.
What about little flowers?
It can be poisonous. You can choke on them. You can eat them.
You'd choke on flowers?
Well, if you eat them, you may choke on them. We're on the wrong pipe. Anyone could do.
You've eaten flowers?
Maybe in the past. But the past is, I'm gonna flick to, precept number 4. But I forgot my past. It just says, forget your past on the precept. Past is a painful thing. Only brings about misery.
What religion is this?
Religion? No, not religion, my friend. This is the work of Zod the Mighty. I'm gonna just point to the front of the book, as the book just says the precepts of Zod.
Can I roll a history to see if I know anything of
You
this?
can make a history check. That's why I laugh so much when Mask was saying how much he fucking hates
I got
it.
a nat 1. Fuck.
You rolled so badly that you feel like you probably know somebody, like there is a figure called Zote. You rolled so badly that you're like, no, that sounds legit.
So Zote the Mighty, huh?
Yes, Zod was a remarkable soul. Zod the Mighty. He wrote all these precepts and all these teachings. They're wonderful.
Did he only make the one book, or is it a mass-produced book?
I don't know the details, but this one book itself has all 57 of his precepts involved. These are what I swear to live by. And then I'm gonna flick to what is it? I'm gonna flick to page 40, like this. Obey no law but your own. These are the laws I follow. And the Zot's laws, so I must follow them.
But if it's obey no laws but your own, and Zote made the laws, aren't those not your own laws?
These are Zot's laws. These are what I must follow.
But
I
it says
want
obey
you.
your own laws.
Yes, and my laws are Zot's laws. I must follow his teaching.
So you are Zote.
Excuse me. I'm nowhere near the man Zot was.
But that's breaking his teaching, because that's not your law, that's his law.
What do you mean?
You didn't make
I
laws, so
assume
they're
there's
not
like
your laws.
I assume there's like a dismissive wave of the arm, like details.
What nuts are you spouting, Cody?
Wonderful.
Were you hit on the head repeatedly? Just how many times have you been hit in the head?
To the head. No, you're spouting nonsense, Cody. These are the teachings I must follow from Zot the Mighty.
Make me a wisdom check, Cody.
I'm looking for it. This has fried my own brain. Just give me a quick second. Wisdom, intelligence, strength, dexterity, wisdom. Where are you?
Wisdom's, I think, second down.
Yeah.
I mean, second to last.
That's a 2.
Uh,
He's fucking with Cordy's head here. Cordy's. What?
you feel a little bit frazzled, I'd probably say. But I don't know. The guy at least he seems dedicated. Is probably the only redeeming trait you can see here. At least he is dedicated to what is on his book.
Alright, well, I'm gonna leave you to your book. I'm gonna go see if there's any flowers that can be picked around here, any plants or anything like that that might be
Okay.
useful for us.
It can be harmless. Okay. It can be
Yes, I
harmful.
know.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
You head out with the knowledge that anything can be painful, including these flowers. Just check with Jericho. Did you stay at the kitchen table? Currently, Lady Forget-Me-Not is making herself some tea just at the table herself. You could choose to head up. You could choose to,
She's also playing her music while she's letting her
Oh.
Steve.
Yeah, go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay. It's amazing how that we can show the two sides of the party with who stayed in here and who left.
Yeah, right now I've got a lot more faith in sense with Jericho and Lady Forget-Me-Not, but Cody's sweet.
Nah. These teachings will not be the end of me.
Oh fuck. Yeah, you're playing very, very beautifully. It's just you're also being mindful of the volume and things like that, but you can you're just playing a very sort of driving melody as you are kind of playing your silk lyre.
Winding down for the day.
Yeah. And just with Jericho, is there anything you would like to do in particular as like before the evening goes? You can see as the moon does begin to kind of like sort of peek over a few of the over the capital city at the moment, so it is kind of turning nighttime.
Probably just pray to the moonrise.
Alright, okay, awesome. So yeah, you will oh my god, a famous spot. It's been a long time since we've had a famous spot. There we go, thank you. Yeah, you will head in the direction. I assume there's probably that thing where you kind of like face the moon as you are doing your prayers, and there's a little bit of kind of like you probably get out your chalk or your sort of meditative candles and things like that, and you can begin to do your moon rites. Just quickly roll me a. I hate to make it religion because it's based and that feels silly. Just make me a wisdom check.
Okay.
I missed famous spot. All right, nice. All right, cool. 20. So you go into the towards the direction of the moon. You kind of make sure you're at an area where you can kind of comfortably sort of look out the window and see like the sort of full visage You get into a position where you're able to kind of sort of cross your legs down, focus on your breathing as you go into a meditative state. Start praying towards the moon, the giver of light, the pusher of waves, that which essentially sort of drives the mystical force of the valley itself in the night. It is also a core part of your people's lifeblood. You literally hold the blood that relates to that of the moon in your body. And as you are focusing, you'd be able to just, as you have with every other time you meditate, you'd kind of almost melding in with the violin noise that you can hear from Lady Forget Me Not. There is this almost like harmonic sort of like choral voice that begins to sort of follow in higher being, like in a sort of like celestial language. And as you are sort of like basically paying attention to it, I will type you a thing actually. I will message you on Discord. Of basically not exact words, but almost kind of like you are receiving a message just through the sort of meditation that you are doing. I need to scroll up to here. There we go. All right, cool.
I absolutely love our party. Okay. I don't like Zoe. But I don't have to like Zoe to like our party.
Zote's the absolute boy.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, Zote destroyed me repeatedly in that damn game.
Zoe took our love interest.
Bretta. Yeah. I loved the idea. I was like, okay, this isn't in the Hollow Knight setting, but I love the idea that we just have this warrior who swears to follow the same tenets that Zote made in the game. and some of them are ridiculous, so I look forward to seeing them. Alright, cool.
Some of them are just like so stupid and common sense either.
Yeah, it'll be like, what's the one about like making sure you get? I think it's like get 8 hours of sleep every day. Like it's just, it's not even like tenants. It's like
that one's just always be rested. Fighting and adventuring take a toll on your body. When you rest, your body strengthens and repairs itself. The longer you rest, the stronger you become.
Aren't there like 57 of them?
57 exactly, yeah.
Yeah, the stupid amount.
The book I've got has all 57.
But yes, you will be able to, as I said, not exact words, but you generally get that sort of feeling as you do your prayers. It's almost kind of like what's the word? Like your augury, so to speak. Yeah. And that is the information you receive from your prayers. Cool. All right. As the moon does begin to glow in the night sky, you, after sort of finishing off your music and Garm, just to check for Garm, would he still have been focusing on a fight after he has had a plate full of like bread and basically has been outside for like...
I forgot about the fight at this point. He probably would have been, if it was nice and full, he'd have been trying to find things to do to occupy himself before sleeping.
All right, cool.
You should never sleep on a... What is it? That's literally pretty about falling asleep on a full stomach.
That's so dumb. I love it. All right. Yeah, you could maybe do a little bit of like training. There is the area around where you are right now in Suffolk Stables. It is a collection of snail shells and a few sort of smaller dirt houses that are even got like bits of grass that seem to be growing on them.
Sorry, it's Precept 34, don't eat immediately before sleeping. This can cause restlessness and indigestion. It's just common sense. That's all precept.
That's a very important tenet to live by.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll probably try finding a place. If it's not time for bed yet, there's no shops or anything around, I'm going to just try and do a bit of training and stuff like that.
Well, actually, make me a perception check.
Okay.
You shoot the air with your bow as you're thinking. No,
that's 20, 12 plus my perception, which is 15, mostly.
Okay. 2 plus 3. All right. So you will kind of looking around for a shop, and you notice that no stalls are open, and there's no actual sort of full lasting shop here. However, kind of a little bit of a ways away, you will be able to spot a map that's like sort of rolled out on the floor, and there seems to be a sort of collection of objects on it. And as you sort of turn in that direction, just checking a thing, you're rather big. Yep, you hear a psst, psst from like near the area where the mat is laid out.
I'll kind of like my ears perk up. Like what?
And yeah, you will actually be able to see a little bit of a ways away. There is a a tiny little what you'd be able to recognize is a maggot that is kind of sort of set up behind one of the trees and kind of seems to be sort of waving its tiny little like pro legs at you, trying to get your attention.
What do you want?
Would you like to buy some rope?
What is it? Buy some rope.
Yeah, some rope.
I'm gonna take a think about it. I'm gonna walk over. What kind of rope?
He immediately gets very like defensive and it's like, why does that matter?
It doesn't, but I wonder what kind of rope it is.
It's
I'm gonna pull out my book. As I say, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna where is it? I'm gonna just pull out my book and flip to page 42.
mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say to him, I'm going to buy it from you anyway because my precept says I have to spend geo whenever I have it. So I don't know what kind of rope it is. I'm just curious about the kind of rope.
Oh, well, it's actually the best rope.
That's not much to go on.
Yeah, it's like really, really good.
Can I see the rope?
You can see it if you say that you're gonna buy it.
I'm gonna like tap on the page.
Yeah.
Where it says
Okay.
spend geo.
Yeah, spend your geo. He goes, all right, okay. And he flops onto his back and instantly just begins to spew out rope from his ass.
Oh, gross.
And he is going to create 50 feet of rope. And he is gonna flop to his side and climb over to it and just start hurling it, like puddling it up together.
I'm gonna immediately take like a defensive stance and go, what the bloody hell is that?
It's my rope. You said that you wanted to see it, and I was like, I don't really like doing it when people are watching, but
I wish I'd have known. I wouldn't have wanted to watch that.
well, you shouldn't have asked. And then he starts pulling it together into a neat little bundle, and he hands it over to you, and it's like, there'll be 50 geo.
I'm gonna just like peer through my coin pouch and go, I only have 60.
He kind of sort of looks at it, and he's like, okay, I'll make it 50 geo, and I will chip in this rock that I found.
I'm gonna look at the rock.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Don't call me out on my weird maggot NPCs. Alright. Yeah, 6. I don't know. It's a bit of it's got a bit of a shine to it. It seems like a very, very clean rock.
Hello, you speaking, Kai?
Yeah. Hello. Did you hear me? Yeah. It seemed like a very, very clean rock. From what you can tell. You don't discern anything from it. However, the guy's like, didn't your magic book tell you that you should buy everything?
I'm just gonna go to him. It did, however, I'm gonna look at the rock. I'm gonna give it a really suspicious look. I'm gonna say page 51. Nothing is harmless. This might be dangerous. You might be dangerous with that gunk that you spat out.
dangerous. I'm practically a child.
Prove to me you aren't dangerous then. I'm just gonna get really up in his face at this point.
He brings his arm back and throws a punch at your stomach. Does a 5 hit?
No.
Then he just punches against your carapace, against your armor, and his arm just flops down. And he's like, ow! That hurt.
I'm just gonna nod and go, "You're weak, maggot.
Yeah?
You need to learn to get stronger."
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna turn to Priest at 17. I'm gonna go, "Believe in your own strength, maggot. Others may doubt you. I have doubted you. But you always trust in yourself. Take these words to heart." I'm gonna pop my geo on the floor. I'm just gonna empty my entire coin purse out.
Okay.
60 geo. Just pick up his intestines, whatever the hell he did.
Yeah. You've got 50 feet of silk rope, and it also sticks to the surface that you throw it up towards, so you can, yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And then just cool rock.
You can write cool rock or whatever you wanna, remember it as. You know, you just got a cool rock. It's up to you whether you think your character's smart enough to go get someone to check it out, or it's just your cool rock.
This is the cool rock at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, character.
Alright, okay. And he's just like, alright, we'll see ya. And he just begins to fold up his things as you walk off with your...
Bye, maggot. So yeah, that's fine.
Alright, cool. You start heading back. But everybody, Cordy, do you head back indoors when you drop off your plate?
No, Cordy's gonna go look for some plants.
Okay, awesome, cool. Make a survival check.
Survival check can do.
And also, if other folks want to just type in the Roll20, if they do want to do anything else for the evening, that is fine. If not, it's all good. Cool Rock just might be the
That's
pet
the
rock.
wrong button. That's the right button.
I forgot about the pet rock. Alright, there you go. Okay. Survival. Alright, cool. Yeah, you're able to actually find, there is a small number of flowers that kind of sort of grow on the outskirts of the Slowpoke stables. They mainly sort of are white and yellow flowers. And they grow in sort of little bundles. They might be weeds from your survival check that you might be able to tell, but they look nice.
I'm assuming a nature check wouldn't help me see what they are even better, since I've
Yeah, you
now
can-
actually found them.
Yeah, sure. You can make a check.
God damn it.
They are nice and yellow. You know they're not poisonous.
Alright, well I'm gonna take these with me.
Alright, okay, yeah. You pluck a bundle of white and yellow flowers.
Alrighty. I'm gonna take these back to the house.
Okay, yeah. You hold them, you carry them close to your stomach, and you keep moving.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
As you head back, I will give the last two players. Yeah, once it's here done. Yep. Yeah, you absolutely can. You probably have enough stuff in your inventory, Lady Forget Me Not, that you could probably make this a much nicer living situation, just with the things you have in your bag.
It's only temporarily, so all she is doing is laying one of her blankets on the bed.
Oh, you cut out, I think.
You cut out, hun.
I don't know why.
Doesn't matter how hard you try.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Yeah, much better.
But all she's gonna be doing, because it's temporarily staying here and they're just getting up before dawn pretty much, is that she's putting the blanket on the bed to lay on to sleep.
Alright, okay, wonderful. Yeah, you're able to lay it out, have a nicer living space for you in general at the moment, and you can begin to have your things ready to rest for the evening after you have your nice cup of tea. And just to check for Jericho, after your prayers, do you want to do anything, or would you just find yourself to bed? Alright, cool.
Just turn in for the night.
Yeah, you turn in. Cordy, you've got your flowers, and I assume you go and turn in for the night. Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna probably put them in the cup of water I got earlier, and
Okay.
leave them on the table.
Okay, that's very, very sweet, actually. Yeah, you go over and you just put all the flowers into the little cup and you let it kind of, like, sort of sit on the table at the edge. Alright, and you
And
go
then I'll
find...
go to bed.
Yeah, and then you find yourself to sleep. And last up, Garm. After you have your rope and your new rock, would you want to go find yourself to bed?
Yeah, I'll head to bed at this point. There's nothing else for me to do.
Alright, cool. I'm about to hit a bed.
I'll sleep wherever there's a bed available to sleep in.
Yeah, basically they'll give you the living room, and you could probably just push 2 couches together and flop on it.
Nice.
It's probably the best situation you got. Also, Siri, I remember the pet rock. I love that. Morning will come, and I don't know if anybody spent these spell slots. I don't think you guys have, so you're good, but you would get them back if you did. And you'll be able to hear the morning cicadas that are shouting as town criers throughout the intro of Slowpoke Stables. But they're basically being like, "It's morning! Time for everybody to wake up! The stores are now open!" As they kind of yell amidst the morning, and you hear just somebody outside their window just be like, "Shut up!" And he's like, "Sorry." And that is what you would wake up to in the morning, as you would wake up to the smell of freshly cooking food. And let me just check a thing. Okay, cool. Yeah. Who would have gotten up and got ready early?
I would.
All right.
I would have. I would have also wanted to see the moon set.
Get
Oh,
up
yeah,
with the
100%.
sunrise, definitely.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
I probably would have been resting, so need as much rest as possible.
Okay. Cool. So I assume Garm, you get up latest. But yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
I'll probably say for you, Jericho, then that you probably wake up the earliest because you are, being a moon cleric does make the most sense. You're able to wake up to be able to see the moon set and sort of be emplaced by the sun, which is basically the sign for you to be enacting out the moon's will for the day. And you probably wake up earlier than people are preparing food, so you actually probably wouldn't wake up to the smell of fresh food. But you do wake up to the sound of the cicadas shouting throughout the town. Would you keep to yourself in your room for a little while, or would you head downstairs for the evening, or for the morning?
So, like for the praying and that, I would have like both the night before and now I would have like gone outside to pray.
Awesome. Yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, you head outside. You do your prayers, however long they may take for the morning. And just kind of like at the moment, exactly as the moon is leaving your vision for the morning. And as you're doing so, you'd be able to kind of see the slight bits of activity as morning bugs are kind of making their way around. It's like there's a community of like probably at most at a time 30 bugs here, honestly. And that's like on a busy day. Because the stables is kind of like the sort of center point of this bit of the community, so it's not overly loud this early in the morning. Once you have done your prayers and things like that, I'd probably assume that is around the time when other people start to get up, since it is around dawn. Except for Gone. And the smell of freshly cooked food would actually be able to come.
I'm resting for quite a bit.
Yeah, you are having a big boy sleep. If you do come back in after your prayers, Jericho, you will see as Dolly is cooking with like sort of like 4 of her arms at the moment, kind of checking on different things. She turns and says, "Oh, good morning. I hope you don't mind some breakfast and making sure that we've got everything freshly cooked. Do you prefer a warm or cold breakfast, Mr. I think it was Jericho, correct?"
I would much prefer something warm before we head out.
All right, wonderful. I can make something warm. And they sort of like frying up things in a pan. Just checking, were you the one who got those flowers? Very nice.
Flowers? No.
Oh, all right. It must have been something else then. Maybe it was the Garm person for being so rude at dinner. And
I doubt it.
and as they're sort of cooking it, we're like, would would you actually be able to help me? Would you be able to chop up a little bit of the meat here for a second, and we'll kind of like slide it over like to the other side on the chopping board. And
Yes, that shouldn't be a problem.
all right, cool. And just generally, I'd probably put it under survival because it's cooking. If you want to make me a survival check to help with breakfast, because it's one of those things where you agree to help with one thing, and she'll be like, "Okay, cool, and now can you do this?" And like starts to gradually give you a few more tasks. Yep. All right. Yeah. Wonderful. You are able to work with Dolly to be able to get a lovely breakfast ready, and have it sort of laid out. She does kind of look to you and is like, I want to be able to lay out the food so it's nice and ready for everybody to be able to eat, but I don't want it all to be eaten by Mr. Garm. Do you know of a plan I could maybe do to make sure he has his side and then make sure everybody else can eat?
I feel like Garm's appetite is inevitable. We must just eat what we can before he has his fill.
Alright, okay. Sounds like a plan. And they will...
The way Jericho said that, I sound like I'm the main villain or something.
Garm the Unending. Yep. And...
He's
yep.
hungry, he's unquenched.
The villain of our stomachs.
Yeah,
Feeling
fucking
all
hell.
of our.
Oh, damn.
If anything, we should have some sort of first breakfast before Garm wakes.
That's a good idea, actually.
And then second breakfast.
We've had breakfast, yes. What about second breakfast? And Elevenses. Yeah, you guys can begin to lay out the table, and she will actually tell me, if you could do me a favour, one more. I'm very sorry for being a bother. And just wake up everybody except for Garm. Upstairs. That would be great.
I can do that, no problem.
Wonderful. They will smile, and they will get like an extra big cup of drink for you to be able to drink at the table. For your help. And yeah, if you would like to head up, who would you like to wake up first between Cordy, Lady Forget Me Not, and Oddie?
I'll wake up Oddie first.
All right, sure. Yeah, you go over and you sort of tap on his door, and you can hear him actually like a fucking cartoon. He's going. And he's got like a big sort of like sleep bubble coming out of his nose. And then when you kind of open the door, he's like, is it morning?
Yes, Oddie, it's morning, and you've neglected to do your morning duties of preparing breakfast with your wife.
He flops out of bed and is like, she's already got breakfast ready, she said she'd wake me up. And he starts to run downstairs, like, with his arms outward, he kind of almost looks like he's Naruto running, but you realize he's just he's very top heavy as a person. So he kind of like flops his head around to be able to move. He's like, thank you for waking me up, I'm very sorry. And he is bumbling past
It's not
you.
me, you'll need to apologize to.
he looks very like guilty as he begins to just like roll down the stairs. Like he is not he's in such a rush he isn't even bothering to let his legs stop him. He is just rolling down. Alright, cool. You get Oddie up, and who would you like to wake up next?
Probably just whoever's closest. I mean.
Alright, okay. Next to that. Leave a Lady Forget Me Not's door is probably the closest there, so.
Just politely knock.
Alright, cool. You'll get a very light on your door.
It's Jericho.
Do you need something?
No, I've just been told to let you know that breakfast is going to be served quite early
I'll be
this
down
morning.
shortly.
Okay, but I can't promise you that Garm won't have eaten everything.
She'll let out a big sigh. You have a fair point. I'm coming.
And then gonna move along to Cordy's door.
Alright, cool. I assume you do the same very light knock.
Yeah, just a very light knock, and then essentially just the same thing.
On the other side, you hear like the.
Oh no.
I know, little buddy. Come on, it's time for breakfast.
And
All right.
underneath, like kind of between the door and the floor, you'll be able to see as this orange like orb just squishes through the underside, and you'll just be able to see it kind of almost like ooze near your feet, Jericho.
I'm gonna take like a side step away from it.
Yes, and then it will just begin to start, kind of like if somebody like dropped a slime orb down some stairs, it just begins to slinky down them, like it's just like like splats each step. And I assume you follow Cody.
Yeah,
Those
I
things are kind of cute in the game, but this makes them really disgusting.
am.
Good.
Nah, it's cute in like a weird way.
Yes, that's a very fair point. But yeah, I assume you get up, Cody.
Yep.
All right.
And
Cool.
I'm following right behind him.
Okay, yeah, you begin to hobble your way down the steps. And yeah, everybody except for Garm is at the table. Oddie has been apologizing to his wife, and she's like, "It's fine. I knew you were going to be oversleeping because you were up late last night worrying." And he's like, "Don't say it aloud. I'm trying to." It's like, "Sorry, you were taking care of me." Kind
How
of
loud
says with
was
a roll.
that?
Enough that probably everybody could hear. Yeah. Yeah, everybody could do a perception check if they are in the room right now to see if they can
Alright.
hear them talking.
Perception. Da, 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 da. Roll.
15.
All right, 15. Nice.
16.
Everybody hears. and yeah, she's just like, you're going to be working very hard today, so I'm okay to do this side of the work. Just, I've got you. Kind of like, we'll gently kiss him on the forehead. And he looks a bit embarrassed because you feel like he kind of wants to be manly man. I can do everything. Don't worry about it. But like he kind of likes to be coddled. So, yeah. And he's like, thank you. And he will flop over towards the breakfast table. Like he'll tend to be like, are we all ready for our adventure today? I'm very, very excited.
I guess I'm ready.
Wonderful. And he will look down at I don't know, probably like the stack of hot pancakes and the equivalent of bug bacon. I don't know what that would be. It'd probably be aspen. I feel like they probably eat a lot of ticks and, tiny bugs. Those that feel like they meat.
Tick bacon.
Yeah,
Taken.
taken too.
Well, ladybugs eat aphids.
Yeah, that's probably what they have. That makes sense. I like that. I don't know. I will look into the future of what bugs are eaten in my bug lore in the future.
Hey, at least
People.
I'm not playing a character that's gonna ask you what are we eating every time food is involved.
Oh,
They're
fuck.
eating people. It's okay.
Oh my god, it's full circle and they're eating humans. That'd be great. But no, you have a lovely set of breakfast in front of you, and Dolly will put her hands together and she will do a very, very light prayer. And Oddie would be waiting as well.
But can I follow along with the prayer?
Yeah, sure. 100%.
Right.
Can I wake up while this prayer's going on?
Yeah, 100%. You can do that too. You just begin to they start to hear like the creaking in the living room, like the floorboards, and they begin to they start uttering like the prayer quicker. Because they're like, and start to like, say it. Cordy, make me a wisdom save.
Fine, I'm good. Like, oh no.
Okay. Stream should be back, to my knowledge. Let me go. Should be back. Please refresh. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, awesome. Hi, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. My internet bad. All right, cool. But yes, you rolled a wisdom save as you were following along with said prayer, Cordy. And there is a slight moment where, as you're uttering the words, you begin to get a bit of a migraine, and you're able to push through it and shrug it off, and you were able to finish off the prayer with everyone. But I don't know, there's just something about it. Didn't really agree with you. Yeah, as this prayer begins to speed up, and then soon, Dolly will be like, "Thank you everyone for waiting. Enjoy your food," and we'll just begin to start kind of like the Pokemon in Mystery Dungeon, where they're just going just like eating as fast as they can.
Just slamming his face down into a plate.
Maya's lifted her plate off the table and is keeping it closer to herself to eat.
Yes.
She's very much so not eating like that.
Yeah, that
We
makes
are a
sense.
lady.
Yeah,
But
that
she's
checks
making
out.
sure that her food stays to her food because she did only have a couple bites for dinner.
That's fair. Yeah, that checks out. All right, cool. And Garm, you clamber towards the dining table. You can smell amazing food. You probably get to the table before your eyes open, really. And there's all this food for you right now, all on this table, specifically for you. I assume Garm just fucking starts, consuming.
I'm going to look at the food. I'm just gonna go, what a wonderful meal to start the day with. And I'm just gonna start chomping down.
Yeah. You can see that Dolly has like the momentary like, oh, okay. Well, I suppose he's being grateful for the food. It's not like he's an absolute asshole. It's just he's a bit whirled around him at the moment. But it's very like, nobody complains because they initially started eating food before Garm could. And Garm, you're able to finish everything off anyway, so there's not really any scraps left. Because you eat like a large creature.
I will eat until I'm full.
Yes. Alright, awesome, cool. Alright.
I am feeding my buddy one of the pancakes, by the way.
Awesome. Yeah. It will... Do you feed it to him withered and crushed, or fluffy and pancakey?
I'm gonna try it fluffy for right now.
There is an entire... Your buddy has became pancake-shaped, and it is, like, slowly dissolving inside them as they are, very much kind of sort of swaying to the left and right, trying to balance the fact that there is a pancake on their head. Alright. But that is currently what they are doing. Yeah, they can eat it. And after the food is all done, Dolly will go around and start picking up all the plates and be like, I hope you enjoyed it. And it's like, you can thank Jericho for the help. They seemingly do have a knack for some cooking. And we'll stack the plates up and kind of take it over towards the dishwasher. Not the dishwasher. They wouldn't have a dishwasher. She's the dishwasher right now. The sink. And she'll turn and be like, well, it's probably best that all of you get along your way. Oddie, please be careful and don't be a nuisance to these lot, okay? And he's like, of course not. Quick, we'll go into the living room. We'll talk shop. And
I'm just gonna I'm gonna turn to Oddie. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put one of my like my legs on him.
Oh.
Can you hear me? I'm just gonna go. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna put one legs on him and go. Pillbug. Good luck in your journey, and remember, Crusade number 16. Don't hesitate.
I won't hesitate, and I'm coming with you, so I'll be glad.
I'm gonna just go. We established this yesterday, Pillbug. I travel alone.
Oh, right, yeah. I'll be going on a journey, like, 15 feet behind you, so thank you.
No, I'm traveling alone. You can't be anywhere near me.
Okay. Can I go to the living room now?
No.
I'll release my leg of to go, of course.
Oh, before we go to the living room, though, Audie, I like the flowers you grabbed. They look nice.
Insight. Look, he's like, I didn't grab any flowers. He rolled a 2 on his insight. And you see as Dolly will stop, turn, smile as she looks in that direction, and then kind of shake her head as she looks back towards the sink. And she is very much aware that you did it, Cordy, but thinks it is cute all the same that you tried.
Audie, we need to work on your ability to understand people.
I'm a very people person. People say I'm very charming.
Yeah, I'll agree with that
I'm
one.
an idiot.
Wow.
I'd also agree with that one.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
And
What are you trying to say here?
I'm trying to say I agree with what people say. But you travel alone, so it doesn't matter what I say. And you only believe in your own beliefs, so it doesn't matter what they say.
My own beliefs. I follow my own law, but I follow the precepts of Lord Soap.
Oh.
I like that.
Lord Goat the Fighty, I gotcha.
We established this last night, Pillfuck.
We did, yes. Lord Goat the Fighty.
The mighty. His name, right?
Lord Lote the Fighty, okay.
Respect your superiors. I'm going to turn to page 14. Number 14. I'm your superior. I'm stronger than you. You should respect me.
I respect you, but I do not respect Lord Bloat.
While they're having the fun over there, Lady Forget-Me-Not's gonna pull out 200 geo and leave it on the table, trying not to draw any attention to herself as she leaves a bit of money and heads into the living room.
Okay, make a quick sleight of hand for me. Okay, Dolly does not notice. So you are able to secretly, securely put down 200 geo, and continue on your way towards the living room.
And I've updated my geo numbers.
Alright, good.
When everyone's going into the living room, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna declare to the room. Well, it's been lovely meeting you all. Thank you for the delicious food. I shall be off. I'm just gonna walk out the room.
Do you know where you're going?
What is the location we're going to? Sorry, out again.
You know that you've got a job at Mount March, but you have not been given the briefing of what you'll be doing at Mount March.
That's completely fine.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, of course, Mount March. So I shall march to Mount March.
Well, I mean, there's probably a couple of things you need to know, about the location.
Ha! Nonsense. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna, one sec.
He's trying to find a rule that fits in with what he
There
did.
was a rule about, this.
Love the idea for, like, prepping for session, he's sitting there like, I need to know the laws.
I'm gonna learn them eventually.
I wonder, yeah, like by the end of this, you could just recite it.
By the end of it, I'll be able to fucking recite it. I'll be sitting there like, okay.
I'm just gonna, well... Oh, no, come on, never mind. I'm just gonna go, I know where Mount March is. Do I know where Mount March is? Well, I know.
Make a...
Yeah.
Make a history check.
History check, cool. I think it's -2 still, this check. Smart. History. Oh, 0. Okay, that's better than... Why
Yeah, if you click the word history, it should just roll for you, I believe. Yeah, 6. It's somewhere west.
Mount March is west. I know where I'm going. I'm gonna try and leave again.
All right. I would recommend that you walk really, really slowly, just so you don't cramp your stomach after eating.
Why would I walk slowly? Why would I cramp after eating? That's not in the precepts.
Wasn't one of the precepts, everything is dangerous, so going into a new area without knowing it would be dangerous?
I'm like, God's gonna stop there and think. Well, Pilbara, you catch on quickly. You're right. I'll follow the words of my teacher. Thank you for reminding me, Pilbara. Then I'm gonna start walking off slowly.
Yeah.
In the direction west.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Awesome. Audie is gonna.
Don't forget to haste.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Do not forget to haste.
Yeah. Hurry the fuck up. He's just like, a new rule, it's like they contradict each other. No, Audie will climb back, move back into the living room. It's like, okay, so the big guy has already started to move, so we probably want to go over our debriefing really, really quickly. So we will be traveling to Mount March via Snail Stable. We'll be following on the main road. There'll be a little bit where we have to pass near the Forestrel, which is the forest to the north. There are some wild bugs there that we probably want to be careful about, and I've been hearing some rumors that plants have been coming to life over there, which sounds pretty spooky. So we got to be careful of that. Once we pass by there, we'll be going past the canvas beach, but we won't be stopping there, so you'll be able to at least see the beach. It's really pretty. And then after a little bit traveling through the plains, we should arrive at Mount March, and I will be able to give this letter over and be able to confirm my identity, and you guys will be allowed in. I won't be going in with you into Mount March, though. I'll just be guiding you guys there. Is there any questions about whether the adventure that you'll be going on, or like whether you need anything, or... I don't know anything about the inside of Mount March, just the travel there.
Are you sure you can make it back safely?
Yeah. I've been informed that once I'm able to arrive there and drop you guys off, that I'll be able to have a cart safely travel past, since they've aligned it up with one of the ant trade routes.
Okay.
So I'll be safe. Thank you, though, for your concern.
I also trust his skills to get back to life.
He does like a foot twizzle, like he's very shy. But yeah, he looks and is like, all right. If there isn't really anything else that people need, then I'm okay to start pulling along the snail cart rather, and then we can get on our way. We probably need to start catching up with Garn. But yeah, if folks would like, they can head outside. Garm, you are traveling at a slow pace. Just in the direction west, correct?
Yeah, I'm going wherever I think west is.
Wherever you think west is. Okay, roll me just an intelligence check.
14.
Okay, yeah. You'd be aware that west is this way. I think I've dragged you guys to the right map. Let's I'll actually drop the stream over to the map. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright. So, you'd be aware that west from where you guys are... Whoa, I think the map's upside down on the view. That's really true. Oh, wait, no, wait, one sec. I know what I did. I fucked up. The stream looked really weird for a second. That's because it wasn't the same view as my DM view. Alright, cool. So, you'd be aware that west is this direction from where you guys are now. Would you, just to check with Garm, is he the kind of person who would be going, who would go west, sort of no matter if there was obstructions, or would he kind of logically kind of be like, okay, west, but I'll go around this because it's, I don't know, water, or it's because, or like assume like...
He would logically go around things, I presume.
Alright, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't go in water because, as Precept 44 states, you can't breathe water. So, he'd go around it.
Damn, that's shit to live by.
Although, if he goes past any statues, he thinks they're completely meaningless, so he'd probably just ignore them. But, I mean, he wouldn't exactly, he'd pay attention to his surroundings, like, he wouldn't really just barge through stuff.
Alright, okay, cool.
I don't see him blindly charging ahead, he'd kind of just walk on the path, leave the random things if he could do, you know.
Awesome.
He's not going to just destroy property for the sake of it.
Alright, cool, makes sense. Then, I'm gonna make it so you're traveling, at least for the first bit, you're traveling at a slow pace, 1 hex ahead of everybody else. So I hope we don't roll an encounter on the first hex, but then everybody else will be traveling on snail cart at a fast pace to catch up with you. So I'm going to ask Garm, since you are a hex ahead of everyone, can you roll me a d12 roll, please?
12.
1, okay. Awesome. Let me change the music over. Don't worry, it's nice music for now. This is just...
Oh, ew, situation it is.
I just get boss music on for you guys. Alright, cool. Alright, so, you, Garm, you are traveling on the road for, it's been about, I think I actually have a scale of time. Let me, yeah. For about 4 hours.
Okay.
As you were able to travel on the road. You, don't really seem to bump into anything threatening. It's mainly just grassland as you are sort of passing by it. There was a little bit of just activity of some carts kind of sort of going past you. There'd probably be another stag on the roadside that seems to be kind of sort of crossing past where you are. And he'll just give you a very gentle like, "Oh hi," when like he goes past you.
I'll probably do the same.
Yeah. Actually, one second. He looks at you and he goes, "Wait a minute. Is that you, Garm?"
I'll give him a look. Do I recognize this guy?
Roll me an intelligence check.
8.
Hey, a 10. All right, cool. His face rings a bell. He was at your old work.
Ah, yes.
You can give him a name, whatever you like.
It was. I was gonna look for it as a joke name, but sure, I'll give him a name. Your name?
Yeah.
Craig? Craig?
Yes, me, Craig. How you doing, Garm?
Yes. I just got another go. I am keeping well. How about you, Craig?
I've been doing alright. You know how the rounds can be. I've been dragging these people along for a good fucking 7 days now. It'd be a right pain. Hey, why don't I see you around work anymore?
See me around work. I no longer work, Craig. I have transcended.
Transcended
I no longer
work.
need the life of a taxi stack.
Oh. So you quit? You've gone and quit?
Quit? No, I said transcended. There's a complete difference.
Oh. Because...
I'm just gonna pull out the book and go. One of my passengers left this book.
Oh. He kind of looks at the front of it and it's like, I didn't know you could read.
Yes, can you not?
No.
You can't read? Oh, pathetic.
I don't need to read to be a taxi driver.
This, Craig, this is the mighty book. This is the book of Zot the Mighty with all 57 of his precepts. Lord.
Cool. He has no idea what you're saying, but he's just very nodding his head. And he's like, so, like, did you tell the boss that you transcended?
What I told the boss car, Actually,
That's up to you.
Yeah, I'll make it up. I'll just go, oh no, I transcended. I don't need to tell the boss.
Right, because
I
they...
think you're misunderstanding what transcending means, Craig.
Because I'm pretty sure that they tried to contact your family and they also didn't know what happened to you.
I'm just gonna flip through the book and open page number 4, which says forget your past. I no longer need a past. My family, who cares? I don't have a past.
He looks at it like, so you...
Also, for the record, he had a wife and a kid.
He had a wife and a kid that he just left to be an adventurer. Alright, he just goes, oh, right, okay. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I remember the boss asking if anybody had seen you, and I think I think there was a report that was filed. I think people think you're dead.
We'll let them believe that. As I said, I no longer have a past. No wife, no child, no taxi job.
Right, well... Okay, well, I'll let them know that you're doing alright.
Why would I let them know that? They no longer have any use for me. I don't have any use for them. I've transcended, Craig. Why don't you not listen? You're not understanding me, Craig.
I don't think I am.
Look, Craig. I'm gonna turn to number 45. One thing is not another. I'm just gonna say it and then nod.
He he just stares and is like, right, well, I've got to get back to work. I hope you're doing good, Garman. Remember that in the capital there is help that you can get for situations like this.
Help. I don't need help. I travel alone.
Okay, Garm.
The travel alone page.
I don't need to see another page, Garm. I think I understand perfectly fine.
Out of the goal, correct. This book. This truly is a great book. These teachings, these precepts. Before I forget you, Craig. Bear this in mind. I'm just tap on the shoulder. Up is up and down is down. Start walking off. and then as I'm walking off, I'm gonna shout behind me. Someone's like, what was that?
He's like,
That's number precept 35, by the way.
alright, man, see you around. And you just continue on your merry way. Yep, wonderful. Yeah. And, okay, cool. I will cut over to the rest of the party. Who you guys have now been traveling for roughly around 3 hours now. Actually, no, 2 hours since you're traveling at a fast pace. And, you know, there hasn't been too much disturbance. Oddie is pulling along the snails, and they don't really travel that slow. The snails are actually pretty darn fast as they just kind of skid across the road path. As you continue your sort of passage, there is no interruptions that have been occurring besides you sort of passing by the sort of forest line. You do pass by a stag-pulled cart, where one of the persons goes past and just kind of waves towards the snails and goes, hi. And just continues to ride past. Just to check for Oddie, you probably haven't been this side of the world before. But would you have interest in trying to keep note of like any of the locations or landmarks and stuff like that, being the individual you are? Wait, Cordy, sorry.
Yeah, Cordy would be like mapping everything as we're going along, just looking around, like, okay, so that's there.
All right, cool. Just make me a I'm not sure if I put down cartography as one of your skills.
We did.
Okay, awesome.
We did.
Okay, awesome, cool. Then roll a cartography check.
That's
cool. Right.
Flipping 8.
Yeah, you're kind of getting constantly being like, ooh, that thing, and ooh, that thing, like, as you're traveling on a cart, and it's kind of being very bumpy, so by the time you're able to consistently write stuff down, sometimes, like, you know, you'll accidentally kind of draw a line across the bit of paper, and, like, you know, so it's difficult to do in a cart. But you're able to note down a handful of, kind of recallable locations and stuff like that as you're traveling. But soon enough, as you guys are traveling, you will be able to see the dummy thick booty of a stag beetle in front of you guys. Sheesh. As he is traveling on the road at a sort of slow pace, just kind of like, you know,
Bumbling along, probably.
yeah, bumbling along as the cart goes
like
on.
the Lion King. The Lion King one, like Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa are on the log. That's me.
That's an amazing visual.
That's me right now.
Yeah, but Oddie will be like, "Oh, there is Garm. Does anyone? Should we just follow behind him? Do we want to correct his path? Because if he keeps going the way he's going, then I think he's gonna miss it and go into the mushroom forest."
Remember your precepts. Always look where you're going.
You hear the shout behind you go.
Can I hear that?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go, thank you, kind voice. And then stop and then turn around and go, what? Why are you following me? I have an important mission to do in the Marchlands.
We happen to be going the same direction.
I'm gonna approach you guys. And then I'm gonna go. I have learned to detect lies.
want to make it.
Years of scrutiny and questioning.
Well, I do in fact know where I'm going.
I'll just stare at you. I don't sense any lies. Why are you still? Why are you following me? I don't like it.
Okay, then we shall go ahead and we won't be following you.
We're going the same way.
But following you would be meaning behind you.
And I shall carry on ahead. I don't want to be I don't want to be the one following you either. Or make you think that I'm following you.
How about we travel side by side, away from each other?
I'm gonna think for a minute.
Are you saying he should walk backwards?
Yes, that's quite a good idea. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna little pillbug. I'm gonna turn to Oddie.
Hmm?
I bow to no one. Who's at 55, so I should not follow your rules. However, I have decided to walk ahead. I'm just gonna turn back around and carry on the world's going again.
Okay. He kind
Follow
of
me
goes,
if you like.
all
Okay,
right.
probably not.
He slumps his shoulders as he continues to spare the snails. You lot can now continue as a convened party.
Do you want to tell him that he doesn't want to go towards the mushrooms?
I don't really feel like... I feel like talking to him is more difficult than...
We could always try reverse psychology, as in, we're going straight for the mushrooms if you're following us there.
That sounds like a good idea. Do you want to shout that out? As
Yes.
I'm going. I'm gonna turn around and just I'm not gonna look at you. I'm gonna pull one of my middle legs out, twist the book round to you, open page 8 which says "Travel alone" in big letters. I'm just gonna ignore your comment.
Well, if you're going alone, you're gonna want to turn. We'll keep going straight.
I'm gonna turn around to go. What?
You said you want to go alone, correct?
I'm going to the marshlands. Yes.
Yes. So you're gonna want to go that way. We're going to those mushrooms over there.
You are?
Yes.
I'm gonna look towards. Can I see the mushrooms from where I am?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Yep. So as you're looking up, you realize that you were continuing going straight west for a good while, and if you would have kept it up, yeah, right in front of you there is this giant mushroom lands, but slightly off tilt, you would be able to see a giant lone singular mountain, which looks like Mount March, maybe. Your assumption would be.
I'm going to I'm gonna look at you, Cordy.
We're gonna take a stop at the
I thought you were
mushroom.
heading to
That way
Mount
we're
March
not
as well.
traveling together. Can't let people think that we are now, can we?
I'm gonna give you a rough look and go, ha, you're foolish. The path through the mushrooms looks longer. It's more tiresome. And I'm gonna turn around and go, I'll see you all at Mount March. Or maybe not. My quest will be done. I'm gonna start heading towards Mount March and go in the mushrooms.
Okay, awesome.
Morty's gonna say under his breath as he's walking away, "Idiot, giant idiot."
yeah, you tuck back into the wagon, and Oddie's like, wow, good job there.
Thank you.
And you guys can now continue on your journey, knowing that Garm isn't going to directly walk into a mushroom forest. And okay, cool. For the next little bit of your journey, as you are sort of passing by Forestrel, I'm gonna need 2 more d12s from anybody. Awesome. Cool. I will take those 2. All right. Ooh. All right. Somebody roll me a d6 and a d12 if that's all right. That's a d64. Nintendo 52. D6 and a D12. One more, if that's alright.
I'm gonna let one of the others. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Alright, cool. Alright, 13. Okay. So, you guys are traveling on the road path, and Gom's a little bit ahead. Would there be anybody who is keeping an eye out while traveling, or like kind of like, you know, trying to not really scout ahead, but just kind of keep their attention on the road as they're traveling?
I
Garm
mean,
would
I'm
be.
looking around.
Alright, cool. Then I'd say Garm and Cordy, both of you guys can make a perception check.
Sweet.
Because I'm still looking around around the area.
I'm still
Perception.
standing better than I ever did.
That's a 5.
Alright, cool.
I wasn't mad at that.
Alright. So, yeah, as you guys are riding ahead, Garm, you have kind of been plodding along. You're on the road path, and as you are kind of getting close, you would actually be able to see that there is 5 trees that are kind of sort of like knocked onto the side of the road, like they are just kind of sort of like smushed along in this kind of almost kind of like a domino pattern where they're kind of sort of like splayed across it, that are sort of knocked over, and there's like a bunch of foliage and grass that kind of seems to cover a bit of the road. You can easily just walk over it because you're big and you can make your way over. It'll have a bit more trouble for the carts and the snails to be able to get over, but you notice right now that that is about 30 feet ahead of you. At least just as a group, you would be able to see that. Audie hasn't noticed, and he's just about to happily like bump his cart into it because he rolled a nat 1. You guys are at least able to see trees.
We see these trees.
Yeah, you guys can both see these trees to kind of sort of like basically would block the road for a cart. It's not going to block the road for you because you're a stag, but you can easily sort of step
I'll
over them.
just ignore them then.
All right, cool. Would anybody?
Unless they seem threatening.
All right, cool. Cordy, would you
Hey, Audie, they got some big old trees coming up, buddy.
big old tree? Oh, darn! And he will pull back the reins and he will stop. And he's probably like stopped at like 10 feet away from it. And he's like, "Oh, that was a close one. We better take some time to move." And Gom, as you are stepping over the trees and kind of sort of bumbling your way through, you'll be able to hear this, and from a bunch of the grass kind of like sort of dotted around the trees, you would be able to see as a bunch of tiny little bugs just begin to start leaping towards you. I'm going to drag you guys over to the map and we're going to get initiative.
Oh, nice.
All right. Oh, wait one sec. Yep. Give me just a secondo. All right. So. These guys are actually more on this tree. Gom, I'm going to drag you on the map. You are currently here.
Cute.
I will slightly make the map easy to see for people who are watching. Alright, cool. And you guys are in the snail car behind. There is Cordy. There is Lady Forget-Me-Not. Also, your token's really cute right now. There's Jericho. And there is Audie as well, who I will grab in just a mo. Would your pet be out, Cordy? Just checking. Would Cordy's pet be out?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. I will give you little fella. Alright, cool. And we don't really need the fly count for this one because everybody can see. Give me just a sec. I'm going to go grab Audie.
I'm waiting for my favorite thing to be said.
Yeah, actually, that's quite fair. I'm going to ask everybody here to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh yeah, click on your little picture and then.
Yeah. So I'm going to
Click
change the
initiative.
music over.
That's the best I've ever gotten on initiative.
You can use Dexter Longsword, can't you?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Very cool.
If you would like to change them to a short sword and make them dex-based, you can. Or a rapier, if you like. But...
Cool. One sec.
I will split them into 2 groups, so we're going to have orange team and green team. What team do we think is going to survive the longest? My money is on green team. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright, cool.
Oh. I'm keeping that.
Alright, cool. Keeping that. Alright.
I rolled a 3 on my initiative.
A 3. Okay. Alright, cool. Oddie is back here with you guys. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got initiative for... Alright, Jericho, you got a 14. Yep. And, Garm, you're over here, you got a 3. Yeah, it makes sense. You were taken off guard as, these guys jump out towards you.
Yes.
Oddie, congratulations, Oddie, you got a 6 on your initiative. And, these little fellas. They literally rolled the same, which is annoying. It's fine. It just means all 4 bugs will be going at the same time. Yay. Okay, just to check, Lady Forget-Me-Not, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity. Let me scroll up a little bit. Just the normal number.
You can tell me a modifier.
My modifier is 4.
Okay, yeah, much higher than Oddie's. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. So, at the top of the round, as these creatures jump out of the tree bush and the foliage and things like that towards I've just wrote it down here as Straw's character because it hasn't saved it being Garm. Alright, cool. Yeah, towards Garm. Jericho, you get the jump as you're able to hop out of the cart where you are, and you have the top of the round. What would you like to do? You here, Lion? Just checking.
Sorry, I was muted.
No worries. Hey.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna use. So there's 2 of them that are sort of on him, right?
Yeah, there's 2 that are kind of sort of to like climb up towards him, and the other 2 seem like they're also making their way towards him as well. But there's 2 that are actually on him.
Okay, so this one here that's on him that's closest to me, I'm gonna try and use Toll the Dead.
Awesome. All right, that's a save
so
on my part, right?
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw, and they need to get better than 13.
That's a natural 1. Hey. All right, cool.
Nice.
They hear the gong of a bell in the distance as a.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll lift up my mace, and the sort of small insectoid thing inside starts sort of ringing as if it's the sort of the bottom of a bell.
I love that.
And then a clangor that is only heard by this one.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. The gong goes out, and you hear the screech from the little bug as its legs begin to sort of curl up.
It
All right.
does 3 damage.
All right, cool. 3 points of damage. Hey, it's damage, man. And now it's damaged for future Toll the Deads to be better.
It is.
All right, awesome. Okay, yeah, the gong goes out only for this little fella. And, all right, would you like to move at all?
I'll move just to here, just to get a bit of a slight angle.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Yeah, you head behind the tree line. I'd probably say for anything ranged, you probably have half cover right now. All right, cool. All right, moving up, Cody.
I'm actually gonna start my turn with a movement,
Schmovement.
and I'm gonna move right up into there.
You roll up next to Garm.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my mystical understanding.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
You want me to click it for you?
Yes, please, because I do not remember. Okay. All right.
Wait.
Okay. Your mystical understanding is wait. You might be looking at the ability underneath it.
No. Yep. That's what I'm looking at. Never mind.
Yep.
I don't know why I thought for some more. Which is it? Oh, sorry. It's my
I was wondering.
infecting presence.
All right. Cool. Okay. As an action, you can cause each creature in a 10-foot cube to make a Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Cool. All right. So in a 10-foot space, a 10-foot cube centered on you.
Should hit all of them.
Yep. All right. Cool. I reckon you can cause each creature from you. All right. Cool. All right. So I need every single one of these bugs, which I'm gonna roll, but I also need Garm to make me a Wisdom saving throw.
And just so you know, my spell DC I think is 13 right now.
13. All right. Okay. I rolled 3, 4, 5, 6.
Gong safe. Okay.
All right. Yep. Okay. You feel the strange feeling as Cordy. You go over, and what does this ability look like as you kind of sort of step close?
It's probably almost like a spore-like thing,
Yeah.
surrounding them in a cube shape, falling around them.
Okay, yeah. You see as these sort of like spores begin to sort of jitter out and kind of sort of float down, and Garm, you're kind of like sort of swatting in the air, kind of sort of like, you know, getting them off of you, and they don't seem to affect you at this time, because your head too thick. These creatures, every single one of them, though, you can choose whether they are charmed or frightened by you.
Let's go with frightened.
Okay, awesome. Yep, they are all frightened by you. I'm gonna put a symbol on like one of them to show that they're all frightened, because I can't be out sitting there putting status on all. I'm gonna give them this. There we go. Cool. All right. So yeah, you see as they all kind of begin to sort of recoil and screech into themselves, they're like ah, and we'll begin to move back. Okay, Cordy, would you like to do anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else. So
yeah, I don't know if you have any bonus action stuff, but anyway, yeah. Moving up, bugs. They are frightened of you. Until the end of your next turn. Okay, awesome. So, frightened creatures, they have disadvantage while they're in close with you, and they can only, when their movement, I believe their movement means that they can only move further from you.
Yep.
So yeah, they are going to they're going to back the fuck up, which will allow both Garm and Cordy to get an attack of opportunity on this guy.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna click my club then, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Yeah. All right, you both hit. Well done. You can now click on the word in the chat.
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
9.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that
cool.
should be 11 because I get +2 from my dueling skill, but it hasn't.
Okay.
Reason.
All right. That's fine.
That's right.
All right, so that's 11, 12. Yeah, you guys just are able to smoosh this thing
Edit it.
as it flops down. I believe there's an options cog that you can press next to the thing, and it'll.
There is, but it's only giving me the two-handed version.
Oh, that's odd. I'll have a look in a sec and see if I can do anything. But yeah, this one gets smushed by a little chip of the club and also by Garm as he swings the nail in one direction, just bashes down sort of flatways against the creature. Yeah, he is dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
He is squished.
He is squishied. And their orange friend now is going to. They're scared of Cordy, so they can only really move away.
Was that Cordy attacking that guy?
Yeah.
No, this is attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. Who's attacking him with me?
Oh, me. Yeah.
Yeah, Cordy.
I'm gonna turn to you. I'm gonna turn to you and realize you're there, Cordy. And then it's like, they're not gonna say something in between. What was it? What was it?
Oh God, he has a goddamn fucking.
I do. I go. See that, Cordy? Listen well. One foe is one blow. I'm gonna slash this thing and kill it. Any
There
more
you
than
go.
one blow is a waste of time.
I hate to tell you this, but I hit it 2, so that makes it 2 blows.
You're pathetic then.
Oh, no, I mean, you
one
hit
blow
it for
every
the
time.
second blow.
All right, I will cut the conversation there as we keep going. This one is able to move a little bit away since they are frightened of Cordy, and they're going to make an attack towards Garm with a ranged attack. They have disadvantage because Cordy is in view, and they are frightened. That is a 11 to try to hit you, Garm. I assume that misses.
That's a miss.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, you see as it will fire out a couple of sort of spikes in your direction with a screech, and it will essentially be a little bit smooshed. I realize I've got to kind of every now and again update the second screen for chat. All right, cool. So that is that one's turn, and now it's the green boy's turn. This one's gonna move over here. You guys have already spent your reactions. So we're gonna move over here. One's gonna do a ranged attack against Cordy out of fear with disadvantage. That's a 12.
12?
Yeah.
I'm safe.
You safe? Okay, alright, cool.
Yep.
The other
I'm
one...
assuming we're not even doing glancing in this one?
glancing is the thing, yeah.
Oh, I'm still safe. I'm just making sure before we
Yeah.
keep going on.
Yeah, glancing it will be half damage, but I will calculate the half for you. Alright, cool. This one over here is also going to take a ranged attack, but let me roll a d4, see who I'm smacking. Gone! That was a nat 1. Yep. It fires and kind of thunks against the trees that are kind of at your feet. Alright. That's these little bug guys. Alright, cool. Alright, Lady Forget-Me-Not.
Okay. I'm going to go up to this one.
Alright.
I'm a flurry of blows and punch. Well, I guess it's slash.
Yep.
Flurry of stabs!
Flurry of stabs. Yep, you go up, take your stance.
Oh wait, did it? Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, that first one, I quickly do need to check Frightened. Because I can't remember if that gives you advantage. Creature has disadvantage on ability. Okay, cool. Frightened, where is it? Frightened. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. The creature can't willingly move close to its source sphere. Okay, no, cool. Right, never mind. The first one is unfortunately a miss as you kind of slash over head of it. It is very small. You're used to fighting targets one-on-one. I believe you do get a second slash. That one definitely does. Yep, you're just able to slash. You can press punch, and it should roll your damage. Alright, cool. Yep, we slash across its middle, and it just kind of let out a little bug screech. And that is 7 points of damage for itself. Alright, awesome, cool. You can spend a key point to do an extra one, I believe.
Yeah, then I'll do that.
Alright, cool. You spend a key to do an extra slash. That is unfortunately a miss again, as you move very, very quickly, but this creature is moving a bit rapidly because it is frightened. So it's kind of moving a little bit incoherently since you're usually used to targets moving intelligently. But would you like to move at all? Or... I believe you used your action and bonus. Alright, cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with being here.
Alright. Audie is gonna move down here, and he's gonna roll a wisdom check. Yep, he's gonna hop off, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, come here!" And he's gonna run at this one, and he's gonna swing his nail, and he actually does hit. What a Giga Chad. With his plus
So
nothing.
proud. Sounds like Kingdom
and he slams down with his nail for 4 points of damage and knocks this creature into bloodied territory. And he looks so surprised. He's like, I got him! I got him! And that's his turn. All right. Gom.
Okay, first things first. I'm going to use my bonus action to manifest my echo.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful.
So I'm going to just copy and paste.
I can copy paste your guy. Yep.
Yeah.
You can choose to place him wherever you would want to unleash your incarnation. You guys will see as Garm focuses and soon an apparition, almost kind of like a sort of spectral visage of another Garm will appear alongside the other one. Ooh.
It's like a different color. So I'm gonna pop him there. I'm gonna move 5, 10 here, and then I'm gonna use my first off with this one. Use my visage to use my echo to attack into that guy.
Okay, awesome.
Actually, no, sorry. First I'll attack. So Garm non-echo will attack the one that's in front of him. So for some reason I can't edit this. Oh, I can now. Oh. Wait. Oh wait. Okay. What's that? Right. They saved.
I think after you close the gear, they should.
No.
All right, which one are you messing with? And
Oh, wait, here we go.
oh,
I did it. Nice.
awesome! What a gamer.
Right, sweet. Now we're gaming. Okay. So. That's for Garm over
Yep.
here.
OG Garm.
This one here.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Nice.
All right, cool. Yeah, you slash him for fucking 13 damage. As you cut across the body, they are heavily bloodied. They are not dead.
I'm just gonna full on swing this creature, and I was being shocked that it hasn't died after one blow. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna be in shock because like my eyes kind of quickly glance over to my book as though it's lied to me. Because preset 15 told me there's one blow is all I need. And then my echo is gonna attack this one with my extra attack.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
And then that's going to be the same thing again. Also, I've got long sword and shield out, by the way, or long nail and shield. Oh, that's wrong.
All right.
Wait, that was 13. Wait, that's 13 damage. That's not right.
I assume this is your unleash incarnation attack, I believe, right?
No, this is my extra attack from. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm not a level 5. Dang it. Yeah,
You're level
it's
3.
my unleash incarnation. Well, that's right. Yeah. I forgot an extra attack on this level.
At 12, will glance.
Huh?
At 12, will glance, so you can do half damage. Yeah.
Nice. That's fine. So
Right, cool.
3 damage.
Yep, 3 damage. As you slash across your incarnation will kind of sort of slash across the bug's hide,
Nice.
chipping off a little bit of its carapace.
I'm gonna look astounded that these things haven't died in one hit.
They must be god tier enemies.
As I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna scowl down at this one here.
All right, awesome, cool. Jericho.
Yeah, so I'm gonna aim for this bloodied one and do another classic Toll the Dead.
All right, love it. Yep, you let out the gong as Metallica starts to play.
Yeah.
It's save. All right, what was your DC?
13.
And it was a wisdom, right? I believe it's wisdom.
Yeah.
All right, that is a 10. So.
Okay, and this one is damaged, isn't it?
This one is damaged, so yeah, extra damage. All right. Yeah. All right.
Oh, look at that. The
Ooh.
max 12.
Yeah, you gong, and you can actually just see as the creature kind of reels back and just explodes.
Nice.
Like, just full of viscera and bug juice.
Yeah, it's like necrotic damage, so it like I guess it like withers away.
Oh, yeah, shit, it will actually reel back, and you'll see as its body will just kind of like a Capri Sun will just fucking, like, fold in on itself.
Someone's got a carrot at dinner time.
Yep. And it just curls up and rolls into its back. Alright. Awesome, cool. Would you like to move or do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna also move. Oh, I'm gonna not draw an arrow. I'm gonna move just up into this sort of section.
Okay. Alright, yeah. You move over towards the tree next to Cordy. You kind of probably have to sort of shrug off a little bit of the tiny bits of spore that are left after Cordy shook himself here. Yeah, if that is your turn. Cordy.
Cordy's gonna move right up here. And how shady would you say it is right now, Cairo? How dark underneath this tree?
I'd say you've got a fair bit of shade. You are covered up by shade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my my Shadow Blade on this thing.
Awesome. Okay, so you cast Shadow Blade. Nice.
Yep. Wait,
All right.
I clicked the wrong one. Okay. Which?
All right.
So then you have the reading thing that you need for it, and then I'll actually click the weapon.
Yeah, you will see it in spawn as you see like it sort of long sort of stretches out of like what look like they are sort of grayish black, but will have almost like a highlight of that sort of orange streak across each of them. As you summon forth your Shadow Blade. All right, cool. You can go ahead and make a yep. That is technically a miss. However,
Cairo.
Hello.
What happens if I attack the target in dim light or darkness?
You have advantage. That's exactly what happens. All right. Okay. Awesome. You have advantage, which does hit.
Yeah. So that's the 15. So I'll do this. That's a 14.
14. All right. 14 points. Yeah. You see, as the creature will once again, as you slash across it, its body will streak, and then this sort of gore will just splatter out the side of it as it is destroyed and deaded. All right. Awesome. Cool, Cordy.
Yep.
Your little buddy is gonna run over towards in your direction as well. Your little friend. All right, cool.
He is gonna call out to Garm real quick. One strike, right?
Awesome.
I'm gonna nod back in your direction and go. I'm gonna say, "You catch on quickly, Cordy. Precept 15: one foe, one blow." I'm gonna look at my kills. Alas, I have not delivered on my own precepts.
Does he actually look a little bit upset at himself?
Yeah, it looks I'm looking very sad.
Yeah.
Ron's kind of just got tears in his eyes.
He's actually crying. Okay, alright, awesome. Cordy, that is your turn, I believe.
Yep, that was the last thing I could do.
Alright, cool. We got one little fella left. I'm gonna roll a d4 to see who they're gonna attack. They see tiny little Oddie, all frail and defenseless right there, and then they turn in the direction of Lady Forget-Me-Not and decide, hey, that seems like a good target. And does a 6 hit you, Lady Forget-Me-Not?
Yes, no.
Alright, yeah, they see as they sort of like try to charge their body up towards you, and then as they realize their attack did not work, they are actually going to curl up to a ball and give themselves extra armor. Tower. Cool. Alright, cool. Now, next up. Lady Forget-Me-Not.
I'm just gonna stand here and not attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if somebody else here has a chance to go tell his wife something that he did on his adventure.
Yeah. Let me just see.
But
Yeah.
I'm a lady first.
Yeah. Very, very polite. He reels back his blade and is like, don't hit her! And is gonna swing down, and a 15 will hit. Let's roll damage. He does 2 points of damage This thing is on the brink of life.
God damn it.
Yeah. It has a HP left. Garm.
Hello.
Hello. It is your turn.
Nice. Which ones are alive? Just this one here.
Yep, just that one left. And it's curled up in a ball. Also, I believe it's no longer frightened, funnily enough.
I never really moved as a large creature. Is it moving from any point of me? Right.
Yes. Well, I kind of... you don't really have a center, so, like, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
kind of okay. As long as this part of you is the bit that arrives there, then I'm fine with
okay.
it. Yeah.
That's fine. I will jump to here, move to here. I'm gonna swing at this dude.
Alright, okay.
I'm gonna bring my long nail down. I'm just gonna slap this guy, tears in my eyes.
Just crying over him as you slam your blade down.
14 to hit.
A 14? Well, they're actually going to use their reaction to parry. Yeah, yep. They're already armored up, and then they are going to reaction parry, which is going to knock them up for 1 attack to a 16 in AC. So as you slam down your blade, you actually see as they unfold at just the right moment to kind of make the blade bounce back. And
fine then. I will. Yeah. My little dude will. Come and.
So intimidating.
My echo is gonna angrily stomp along. I believe it can move, can't it?
Yeah, it can.
Feet.
Yeah.
Is it 15 or is it up to my thing?
I think it's 15 feet, to my knowledge. I don't know. Regardless, you'll be fine.
Yeah. And then it's gonna use expand my other thing of con. I only have 2. And then I'm gonna swing its long nail down.
Alright, they've already used the reaction to parry, so they can't parry that one. That is a hit. How would Spectral Garm like to do this? You can explain your kill to me if you like.
Spectral Garm is going to, it's gonna kind of grab its sword, like, like Dancer the Boreal Valley in Dark Souls 3.
Oh yeah.
Like it grabs you and stabs its sword into you.
Yes, I 100% know. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
so
gonna do that. So he's just gonna get his sword, stab this thing, and just like throw it into nothing.
Oh,
awesome.
It's not like when they throw you in the air first and they slam down into you.
Yeah,
that's the one.
That's fucking brutal.
Such a stupid move.
Are juicy bits getting everywhere?
Oh yeah, this will be a very juicy kill.
I'm just gonna stab and just yeet it.
Yeah, you grab it, and as you sort of pull it, and as you yeet it down, you basically slam it like onto your blade, like a piece of meat on a skewer, as it just explodes from the inside. And I need Forget-Me-Not and Oddie to make me a dex save since you're in the splash zone. And I assume at least one of you doesn't want to get.
Oh.
Yeah. Oddie rolled an 8. Yeah, both of you are just from the front side coated in tick blood. As it falls, it doesn't even have a chance to recoil in death. It's just split in half, as it is just dead in front of you.
Like a devilish grin, and then I'm just go, yes, precept 23 and 24 do not fail me.
Wonderful.
I'm not what those ones are.
Oh, which ones are those? Out of curiosity, just know how vigilant you are. Yeah.
Identify the foe's weak point and then strike the foe's weak point.
Wonderful. Okay, awesome. Cool. So you guys are all. I can wrap up the fight music for y'all.
Nice.
Also, congratulations, you now have a tick in your hunter's journal, which I'm gonna make sure you guys have proper view of in a sec. Basically, anything you kill, I will give you the information about them. But well done. That is your first fight completed.
I'm just letting my little buddy roll around the viscera.
Oh, he is just soaking it all in. Yeah. He is just rolling on bodies, being like, and we'll just go flop straight into them. All right.
I'm gonna turn to you guys and go, well then, It's been short but sweet. I will see you. Well then, it's short but sweet. But I must continue on my quest to Mount March. I'll see you there. Enjoy the mushroom lands. Don't die. And I'm gonna head off.
Just begin to climb up. Lady Forget Me Not, you are just like center part of your body is just coated in tick juice. And
She's
so
gonna
Audie's
step
face,
away
yeah,
and be like disgusting, gross, no,
yeah. Audie is also just like,
and
I've
try to
got
clean
bug in my
herself
mouth. Yep. He is gonna just go smear his face on a tree to try and clean up the ick. And Garm, you just continue on your way. You just begin.
I'm just gonna carry on my merry way.
All right. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You march on your way, and Lady Forget Me Not, you are able to clean yourself up. It is gross and ick, but you are able to do it. Could you make me a roll, Cordy, for your little buddy? Could you make... Also, feel free to rename his sheet, if you would like.
Gotcha. What am I rolling for him?
Could you roll for me a dexterity check?
He doesn't even. Wait, he does.
Okay, cool. 18. He is able to roll around a bunch of these bodies, and he is able to procure for you 100 geo.
Yay, money!
Yeah, and but you have to kind of reach into him to kind of stop plucking it all out. But yeah, he just kind of blobs around.
I love his new name.
Let me see his new name. I want to see. Oh, that's a cute name. I love that. All right. Yep. You see, as he will go, and we'll just begin to sort of roll around in the dirt. But yeah, he was able to procure for you 100 geo. Jericho, would you like to do anything in particular, or go for anything after the chaos is beginning to die down?
No, he's pretty chill. He's just gonna probably just take a second to make sure everything's dead.
Yep.
If there's any that aren't looking like specifically very dead, like cut in half or withered away and stuff.
Okay, cool. Make an investigation check for me.
Oh crap, one's still alive.
Checking, fortunately, everything is dead, and as you pat them down, you basically will be able to see that with the 7, one of these things hides actually seems like it would be beneficial to reinforce some armor of some kind, maybe, you think? So you could take a chunk of tick hide, which is probably the best you'd be able to find with a 7.
Yeah, I'll rip out a chunk of tick hide.
Yep, alright, awesome, cool. You can take a bit of that. But everything else is just, everything else is dead. And you probably need either strong or dexterous people to begin to move the trees out of the way so the snail stables can continue.
I can't just blast
the
him
snail.
out of the way, can I?
You actually, I mean, it could definitely help if you'd like.
I'm gonna try it.
All right, cool. Just generally roll me an Arcana check.
Me?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm just busting out my soap and like actually just sitting here cleaning myself for a second.
100%
That's
out.
an 18.
Yeah. Very
Putting on a
reasonable.
little Perfume.
Yeah, just spritzing yourself up, fixing yourself up. All right, cool. So yeah, as you are doing so, Adi is also just right now just rolling against the floor, trying to get all the stuff off of him. Jericho, you are checking on the bodies and things like that. And Cordy, you just begin to start. You hold out your hands as you're just able to sort of blast out the sort of like orangish energy just like from your fingertips, as it just begins to like break down and roll the bits of the wood off the road, at least enough that you feel like the snails will be able to get across it. Where you guys are. And you've got the sleep passenger. You'll actually see as one of the snails kind of tied to the sort of cartwheel go over and just begin to start munching on one of the leaves from the tree. Just being like, nom, nom.
Corey will probably call out and be like, okay, should be good to go.
All right. Cool. Yeah, And if you guys like, you can get onto the snail cart and begin to continue on your merry way. I'll move you guys off of the fight now. Good job on your first fight. All right.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll start wrapping up in just a sec, but it doesn't take long for your guys' cart to catch up, quote unquote, with Gom. Because you guys aren't following him. It's just a matter of like going in the same direction.
Isn't it?
Yep, just a coincidence. And
Happy coincidence.
yeah, happy coincidence. And you have begun to push your way towards the sort of end side of Forestrel over here. As you are sort of getting around that point, it is where you have actually, since you're traveling by wagon, you can probably try to make it by here if you pushed, and you with your encounters that you did roll, you should be fine. So you're actually able to kind of bypass the forest area almost completely, and you will be able to get your way towards one of the most strangest views you've ever seen. So let me actually go change the music over. Sure. I'll use this. Alright. So, as you are passing by, past the forest area, all of you would be able to spot more color than you have ever seen in your entire life in one location. You would be able to see a dancing collection of bright reds, blues, greens, oranges, yellows, like melded rainbow color that looks more like it's like the pure hex code of color just on the floor right now, which is not something you really find in nature, as there is a multicolored beach in front of you. You would be able to see that the colors from that sort of beach from the sand also seems to reflect in the sort of water that you could see gradually start making their way towards a large city on a lily pad in the distance. Garm, you would be aware of this location as Paddle Waddle Pond is where the Taxi Guild originally formed. So you'd at least be aware that that is probably where you turned in your payslips.
Okay,
And anybody who has associations with guilds or feels like they sort of traveled around probably knows about the sort of central trading hub that is Paddle Waddle Pond. Cordy, you probably also have a bit of experience being from the Mapmakers Guild there. Since, they kind of host it. This beach is I don't want to say unnatural because you can see it right in front of you, but it's unlike any sort of radiant colors that you have ever seen. And you would actually be able to see that there is a collection of bugs that kind of seem to be almost sort of lurching over towards sort of certain colors in the sand, and they're just sort of scooping up bunches of it and kind of walking off with it. You'd be able to probably see 6 bugs. As it is getting towards evening and you feel like you do need to rest. Would you like to rest sort of closer to the forest area towards this multicolored beach, or even if you wanted to, you could try to press on more through the night, but you do risk exhaustion. So it's your call what direction you would like to go with.
I'm fine with resting.
All right. Okay. So, do we want to rest at the beach?
Quite late on.
Yeah, it's much later on now. You've traveled for about 8 hours of time.
If it's late on, I wanted to rest as well then.
All right. Cool. Do you want to rest closer towards the beach or close towards the forest?
I'll go to the beach myself.
All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you go over and you start flopping towards the beach. And as you guys begin to start to camp up, I assume Garm camping a little bit further away from everybody else for the evening.
I'll be ignoring them.
Yeah.
He's camping by himself.
Yeah,
We're
he's
camping with him.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's camping separately. But as you are about to camp out for the night, and it does begin to get darker on Canvas Beach, that is where we will wrap up first session for the evening. So, hey, thank you all. I know there was a little bit of sort of sorting out we have to do at the beginning, but I thank you all for your patience. You guys are very cool. I do like all the characters. I think everybody is very, very cool. And thank you for everybody who did listen. Thank you all. I'm excited to be able to see you guys. This is probably going to be around 5, 6 at a push because, like, depending on, I was going to get you guys to Mount March in one session, but it's doable. Shenanigans. So yeah, 5 or 6 sessions I could see it being, and yeah, I'm excited for you guys to be exploring and being able to get your stuff done. The overlay will look nicer next week, but I like the glowing icons right now. They're pretty. But thank you all. Thank you guys for playing. You guys were awesome. Yeah, of course, and also thank you to Nick for playing, even though you were a sicky boy. So, yeah. All right, cool. So, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you, everybody. I will actually go switch over to my chat view. Thanks everybody for watching. I do appreciate all you guys hanging out.